Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Link to the Past Randomizer Bit Race Exhibition thing. Today we have, once again, SakuraTsubasa will be taking on a new opponent by the one known as Kelpsey, aka Kelsey. My name is Willard J. Bradley, and I'm joined today by my good friend Futon. Hey, you, buddy.
How you doing?
Doing good. I'm working really hard on emphasizing all these syllables, just drawing them out, making it last a little bit longer. Got to give it a good futon. How's that? Do it with me.
No.
No, not feeling that. Come on, man. Got to give me something. But yeah. Anyway, so what's a bit race, you ask? No one asked. No, someone asked. All right. What's a bit race, you ask? Well, essentially, you drop bits in to the channel, ALTTP randomizer. And those bits go to like your own little personal piggy bank with the channel, and then you look through the menu and order what you like, and use the bits that you've donated to either help your friends in the race or help your enemies lose in the race. However you want to look at it.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of cool things you can do to really affect people. One of the primary ones that we see a lot in the last one was ice physics, and it's not the worst thing in the world sometimes, but other times it's just like you basically can't play.
Oh man,
it's really rough.
It was great. I think I was in ice physics for at least like 75% of the race. It was fantastic. Yeah. And
I think there were portions you had to stop because there were chances of you going EG. I'm not too sure how fixed that's been, but
well, we'll find out.
Hopefully we can see that again.
Have you guys ever played the festive mode that came out during the wintertime, the holiday season, that had overworld ice physics? Well, have we got a surprise for you, because not only do we have ice physics for the overworld, we also have ice physics for the underworld, the dungeons, the caves, you name it. You see your one of the players going to fight Moldorm 1? Hey, give them that ice physics, so make it a little bit more interesting of a battle.
Yep, and do have to remember though, when you're watching these people play, that there is probably going to be like a 10-second delay. So if you see someone like just take the portal to Zora, you might want to hit them like right there to take their money away, or they probably will get there and spend it before you even get a chance. So you got to be a little bit preemptive with your strikes to try to take them out.
Yeah, it's all coordinated. You got to work together, guys. But yeah, some of the cool things that you can also do is you can hand a player a shield or a sword or a new pair of shoes. You can give them silvers, apparently. You can also grant heart so you can give them some health. You can take it away, and I think we have a few new ones that we didn't see last time, including infinite arrows, infinite bombs, and infinite magic for a brief period of time. So similar to the ice physics, it only lasts for a short period. But could you imagine going into like land mullahs with unlimited arrows? Make that fight so much easier.
Yep. You can do a couple cool things as well. You can give a player sword, but you can also just give them like a temporary sword for just a minute. Or you could even make it a weaker sword, like say they're going into like Trinex with like, well, maybe not Trinex because you got the hammer anyways, but say you're going to Ganon with a Master Sword. Seems unlikely, but if you get into that spot, the lowest is Master Sword.
Yeah.
Darn it. Well, okay, so say they're going in with Tempered Sword, you could take them down to Master Sword and make them have to do that fight in a far more painful way.
I believe there's also a magic debuff that makes it so that magic costs double. So, if they're going into like Spike Cave and you're like, hey, guess what? Your magic costs more.
Although, from what it looks like, it can't go below the original cost. So if they get like half magic, you can send them back down to normal.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool. Also, want to quick point out, we do have Clifford will be our restreamer tonight. So shouts to Cliff. And Philion will be our tracker. And of course, we have our good friend Carcat in the background, crunching numbers and making sure this all runs smoothly with the Bit Race program. So it's going to be fantastic. I'm really excited. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. It depends on who has the better play, who makes the better routes, who dies the least, and who's got the richer friends. Kidding.
Sometimes there's just someone out there who just wants to ruin one player, and then after like maybe 20 minutes, they switch over and destroy someone else. So it's kind of sometimes you just get lucky on who wants to ruin who at what point. So
for sure. I know in my race, my opponent Sakura had gold sword like less than 10 minutes in or something.
yeah.
I had to earn my gold sword.
Now
So it's
I had a
cool.
question for you about that type of thing.
Okay.
When you were bit racing, did you have to go through this going, man, I need to spend this the second I get it,
Yes.
because if I don't, it's just gonna get removed.
I
So
did.
you're like, oh, buddy, I have to go to Zora now.
No, it was hilarious because like the first thing I did was Houlihan, and right after I finished Houlihan, someone took all my money, and I'm like, really? Okay. So then I don't remember where I was. I think I was in like Thieves Town or Village of Outcasts or something. I got like enough rupees to go to Zora, so I just immediately saved and quit and went to Zora. I'm like, nope. Also, in my race, I towards the end of my gauntlet, my arrow count was just slowly dwindling to the point where I think I got to use maybe one silver arrow on Ganon, and then had to do silverless the rest of the way. So
That sounds so wonderful. You just
it is.
see your arrow count dropping, knowing there's nothing you can do except
No.
for continue to climb and hope you get there in time.
You know, you just gotta be good. Just gotta get good, and
Or you gotta get a nice friend helping you out, because I see there's a fully replenished player's health, magic bombs, and arrows as well. I don't remember that being there last time, but that's pretty sweet. See your buddy struggling away, you can just get the free.
We already got some bits coming into here. Liam Atlas dropping 600, Spoonie with 1,000, Fantalis with 1,000. So we already got some people. They're getting ready. We don't know where they're going with those, but also worth noting that this you might be wondering what's up with the blue hearts. We're not playing Celeste. That's crazy. This is actually as far as I know, this is a V29 test seed. So, and of course, V29 is projected to come out sometime this month in lieu of the new tournament starting up. So I don't know what to expect other than the blue hearts. Who knows?
Yep. From my understanding, it's just an open, so I don't think anything will be too different aside from how the seed is generated in terms of like the seeds will be different from 28 to 29, so it's going to be the exact same type of logic, I would think, with just the small changes.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. All right. Looks like we are about ready to begin. Let's go ahead and hear it from chat. Who do you guys think is going to take this one? Who do you guys want to see take this one? Type 1 in chat if you want Sakura to win, and type 2 in chat if you want Sakura to win.
Wow.
Wow.
So our good buddy Kelpsey over here is getting no friendship from Willard.
Newcomer, Kelpsey. All right, and we're off to the start. We got just a heart in Link's house.
Gotta support that Kelps high in chat just to fight back, Willard.
Dude, can I do that too?
No, you're on the wrong team.
I already did it though. I did the bird.
Alright, well at least both players seem to be going straight to Uncle to get their 2 items here. And a tree pull, I guess. I feel like arrows is actually one of the better prizes you could get here, because in most cases you're probably just going to get the rupees you get from a tree pull taken away from you, so arrows is probably a comfortable start.
Both players making the same route, and we already see Sakura finding a blue cane in her inventory from some very friendly person in chat. I like how it just immediately popped into the Y spot. It's like it was there the whole time.
Yep. Just right in there, get to use it immediately. Not that they have magic for that, but they could have.
And just a big 20 in the Sanctuary chest, but it looks like both of these runners are making the exact same play. Let's see where else we're going next.
Now, this might be a wild guess, but I think they're going to go to Lost Woods and Kakariko.
Wow, you are so wrong. Can't you see what's on the screen?
I can. Sakura's going to get her money taken away.
We can only hope.
Sakura's going for the Houlihan, trying to beat the odds of having it removed. So far, it's 1-for-1 being removed from Willard.
You know what that means. Cue it up, guys. Take them rupees. Or don't. It's up to you. Let's find out what's going on in Lumberjack Cave first. Only a heart piece, so potentially not going to be doing an Aga seed today. Or seeing Aga at all. Now, if this was Key Sanity, we might. But...
Yeah, even in Key Sanity, we wouldn't see Aga, but we would see the tower. Another 20. It's slowly getting that money in for Kelpsey here.
And it looks like Sakura's going to be falling close behind with a few extra bucks in her wallet. Let's see what we get in the Lost Woods. Just another big 20.
More money. Little tiny increments until you finally get to where you want to be. Oh no. Yep, there goes that money. So, good buddy Spoonie over here, taking away all the Sakura's money, as expected. We got Kelpsey finally heading into the Kakariko now, so she's gonna get a lot of items, hopefully some sort of progressions that we can worry about dungeons coming up. The 1 bomb donation to Sakura, that actually is going to make probably a big difference when she goes into Kakariko, because she could check the blind's house right away and not feel as at risk of not having bombs. So that's a good donation to help her out. Just as taking those bombs away right now would be a extremely mean thing to do as well. Be kind of funny though. No bombs for all those item locations they want to check.
All right, heading down the Blind's basement. Let's see what we're going to find in... Yo, someone just sent Kelpsey some rupees. Thank you. Kind stranger.
Is that gloves in the first chest? I don't know if I saw that. It was, okay. Got gloves and mirror already, that's pretty good. We are a lamp away from here, just at this point, this is fast. Oof, looks like Sakura got that bomb off at the time. There's someone attempting to take it away from her.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What do we get in the bottom of the well? We got a bottle. We got a shield. We got another blue heart.
Ooh, Kelpsey getting a purchase in just in time.
Okay, I think the robot's out. We got the robot out of the room. I put my vocoder down. Oh, I think that's in the well. Yes. Somebody wants to color. Fine person. We still have.
Hello, Willard. Are you a
Hello?
robot?
Hello, Futon. Are you a robot?
Oh man.
Oh man,
You're fine.
Dude, it feels so good to not be a robot anymore.
It's pretty great. So not too much has happened since we went full robot. They got a sword, which is nice, and now they've got a starter weapon that you can't really take away from them.
We get some swords down.
Wow, we're still robot.
All right, let's try this again, guys. Let me know in chat if you can hear me. Should be able to hear me. If not, blame Futon. Anyway, sorry about that. Some minor issues here, but we I believe we got Kelpsey with a sword upgrade. Gonna need a few seconds to catch up, but oh wow, flippers in Mini Moldorn. That's a good find. Still, oh, there's 300 rupees in the back of Mini Moldorn Cave. So, if I was Kelpsey, I would go immediately to Zora before anything can happen, before that money goes anywhere. Sakura also getting a sword upgrade. Nice. Ooh, and that clutch fairy drop. Oh wow! Someone immediately dropping that beautiful quarter magic on Kelpsey. That is a nice one to have.
Alright, chat. Hopefully, we're no longer robots.
There he is. There he is. Alright, so... Wait, is Kelpsey really already a golden sword? Jeez.
Got some kind people in chat, I would think. I think they've already found 2 swords naturally. I'm not 100% sure on that, though.
That's true. We did find one... Well... Oh, JR taking 200 rupees from Kelpsey, so close to getting to check Zora, so we gotta hope that Zora's got nothing or something, depending on who you are. But both players now sit with that quarter magic, so thank you guys so much for that. Quarter magic, you know, I kind of miss the days when we used to have quarter magic. It was super broken, but it was still pretty fun.
It was kind of nuts how overpowered it got. You basically could do whatever you wanted. It's almost like infinite ammo.
I mean, how many fire out shots was it? Because it's 8 with the regular.
32.
Is it 32? Yeah, I guess it would be 32. Because 16 is half magic, so it would make sense.
The math checks out.
Oh my gosh, who would have thunk?
So I see we're not doing too amazing in terms of what we've found so far. We don't have any access opening up yet. It's still just the generic stuff you normally have.
Well,
We're kind of looking for a lamp to get into Hera or another pair of mitts and a pearl. I don't know. It's a little odd at this point.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see if either of these players decide to go sequence break up to Death Mountain or not.
Just quickly go straight into the Aga Tower now that we have the sword, right? That would be hilarious. An Aga Tower required seed already. So we've got Kelpsey running to Zora right now. I don't think she's noticed that her money was taken away. She's still just steaming right there. Oh, Rambler giving her 5 made her wake up and catch on to the fact that she was a little short. And unfortunately, the money up that is about to come in here is going to be too late, so she's going to get that 500. And now she's going to be like, well, do I get that?
Yeah, Sakura did get a nice, handsome 300 rupees on her way up through the waterfall caves, so shoutouts to that. So we will be able to see Zora, maybe. She's got to move quick. Hurry, someone do it. It'll be funny.
Is the timing going to be right? Oh, boy.
No, but it was just a piece of heart. All right, so.
Yeah, that's one thing about Zora is it's going to be a struggle to get there, and is it even ever going to be worth it?
Boomerang. Bomb capacity. Hook Ooh.
That lamp is looking like the next item. We just have to find it.
It's gotta be. I don't know. At this point, I would probably go for the sequence break. It just seems like a better play. Of course, Tower of Hera is sitting as a pendant, but, you know.
I don't know if I would in a bit race where someone could give you dark room ice physics. That sounds terrible.
True. That's always possible. But for anyone just checking in, welcome to Bit Races. It's a new format, a new form of racing where you can decide pretty much how the race goes depending on the size of your bit wallet. Any bits donated to this channel during the race can be used to order particular items or wacky things like magic refills or heart upgrades or sword upgrades or ice physics, stuff like that. Actually, kind of surprised we haven't seen one yet. Maybe it was during our robot times that we missed it. And of course, the bit rate, all bits donated are, a portion of them do go to the racers, a portion of it goes to the channel, and a portion of it goes to the person or programmer behind the bit race program. Sorry, that was worded very poorly. But we did find a flute in the beginning of Eastern Palace, so now we don't even need that lamp if we want to go up to Death Mountain.
That's probably what I should have expected, because every time I think, oh man, that lamp is going to get me to Death Mountain access, it's always a flute, and I don't know why. I'm always ready for the lamp, and it just hides it somewhere.
Yeah, there's at this point now, there's a good chance that even the lamp could be sitting on Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's another thing. When you get that flute, you're just like, it's probably there. It's probably T-Rock, and we just have to go a mile until we finally find it.
Basically. Oh, wow. Shoutouts to Fantalis. That is another thing you can do. You can activate and deactivate flute. We didn't get to see that in the last race because we had a fluteless seed, but that's going to make it very interesting for this race. So if you guys ever want, you can always deactivate your flutes, the player's flutes, at any given time, which would force them to have to go back to Kakariko and activate it again.
Yeah, we'll hope that they notice it when it's activated for them. Kelpsey having a little bit of issue with those skeletons spawning. I've
Yeah,
never
I
seen
think
them
she
take
missed.
that long, actually.
I think she missed the initial one, so
Yeah, she went a little too far left, unfortunately, in the startup of that room, so they didn't spawn. So the pots just missed. Not too much in this dungeon so far.
message went too fast. I couldn't tell if it was activated or deactivated.
It was both.
But we'll find out.
We've had an activated flute, a deactivated flute, and a reactivated flute for Kelpsey. Now, note that there are only 2 more deactivated flutes, I believe. I believe the cap is 3. Yeah,
Oh, you can only
3
do it 3
perceived,
times?
So,
Oh, really?
so there's only 2 remaining on Kelpsey. So you wanna make sure you don't keep taking them away unless you plan on purposely doing that, so that she will have it permanently active from then on.
Yo, step aside. This ain't a bit race. This ain't a bit war anymore. This is a duck war.
For everybody who's rooting for the duck, we don't get the anthem if we do it this way. We just
That's
never
true.
go to the place if we just keep forcing it back on.
Could you
I'm
imagine
okay with, personally.
hearing that beautiful, sweet music more than twice or more than once? Since, normally we only have one player's audio on at a time, but
Imagine
could you
hearing
imagine
it 8
hearing
times.
it 20 times? Could you imagine? There's another arrow capacity upgrade.
Not much in Eastern, unfortunately, but with the flute, we can head up Deathbound. I would guess that with all the times that Nate has hooked her up with that bird, that she's aware that it's active right now, so straight
I
up the
believe
mountain we go.
that was a Fantalis that reactivated the bird there at the end.
Oh, it looked like... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Nate on my screen.
Pretty sure you're wrong.
Oh, you know what? It was probably Nate activating an already active flute, and therefore it didn't actually do anything.
Yeah, we'll find out. But Kelpsey gonna opt to skip saving the old man for now. Just gonna head on up, and Sakura gonna get a health refill before fluting away. Supposedly fluting away.
Silvers.
Silvers. I also saw a bug net at one point.
The bug net was given to Sakura. I don't know where it actually is.
Oh, both
But
players
Kelpsey
are
has
sitting
it
with a
as
bug
well.
net now.
I wonder if it was given to them and they found it in... No, we don't see items in dark rooms. I'm confused.
There's no items in dark rooms in Eastern anyway.
That's why I said that.
Futon, what are you doing?
Being correct, Willard. So we get to see Hera, our first actually completable... Well, before I get ahead of myself, potentially completable dungeon. See what's in this basement here. Okay, completable dungeon. We're good.
Of course, it is only a pendant dungeon, so. And Kelpsey, clutch mirror to not get bopped by that mini mold orb.
I was looking to hit her, and green mail, 1 heart, that's a death.
At this point, unless I have a fairy in a bottle, I'd just take the death, because the worst thing is like dying going up. It'd be easier just to take the death and then have more health going up. All right, I want to see.
Nope.
I'm sorry,
As
Kelpsey.
Willard demonstrates,
I'm sorry.
You're a bad person.
It's not my fault. These things happen. Sakura now, I think, sitting at a tempered sword. Of course, with the sword upgrades, it doesn't automatically upgrade visually, which is why you'll see players like slash their swords a couple times. They're like, "Did I really get an upgrade?"
Yeah, and sometimes it visually doesn't update right away too, so it's like,
yeah,
I don't know what I'm looking at.
And the temporary upgrades also aren't visible at all, so sometimes it's really hard to tell. It's like, did I really get a temporary tempered sword? I I remember in my race, no, she does have all right, tempered sword, nice. I remember in my race, I got like a male downgrade, and I was like, I don't believe you. And then I decided to take a laser to the face. I was like, okay, I believe you. I'm sorry. But that is both items in Hera. So Hera is done. Kelpsey gonna opt to go ahead and finish it, maybe banking on a pedestal seat at some point?
I think she took a little bit to realize it because it's not
Okay.
often that you get the items so quickly. I find whenever I'm playing Hera, I'm usually going, okay, is it going to be Talroom or is it going to be Moldorm? How mad am I going to be?
Well, that's kind of the nice thing about the newer version, with the fact that now there's a chance that the small keys and big keys could be locked in the big chest, making going into certain single chest locked rooms obsolete.
Yeah, it
And
does help a
Sakura,
lot for that.
going to take out the hard hat beetle with a pot, takes a bit of a dip. A dip down.
Fortunately, they don't come back, so we're good. Yeah, but the big key in Hera is 2 to 3 chance of being in a not basement location. But then the small key can be pretty much anywhere, and it's kind of rough. So you gotta. It's often, I find, laid into the back end where you get that last item. So it's always like you don't know right away, but getting it right away, like Kelpsey did, definitely takes a bit of oh right, that was 2. I don't have to be here anymore.
Yeah. It's also easy to forget. For certain dungeons, it's like, does the boss have a small key or an item? Do I? What do I do? Oh, and we got. There's a fire rod. We also saw the powder down below as well.
Some pretty good items right away.
More rupees. So
Fire
Paradox
rod,
Cave.
Quarter magic, as you mentioned, is going to be kind of nuts.
Yeah, of course she already has the gold sword, so just that in general is gonna be nice. But blue tunic as well. Nice little bomb jump to get across there. Sakura bailing out of Tower of Hera will probably be following close behind. Getting a nice heart container from someone. Sakura, you don't have the hammer. Where are you going? Where are you going,
some major
Sakura?
glitches, you know.
Where are you going? Whoops, a doodle.
Small slash.
Mistakes were made.
She was just hoping for that gifted hammer, which isn't a thing. Don't try to find that.
If only. That would be kind of a bit of a logic break, right?
Yeah, I feel like at that point you just play a no logic seed and hope people give you the items you need.
I mean, burn is a bit of a logic break because it unlocks Spike Cave to a certain degree. And if this was a swordless seed, that bug net could be a logic break. You need to do Aga.
It could, but it isn't.
You're right. Yo, shout outs to you. Thank you guys so much for everyone that's been donated so far. Wow, Ice Rod too. Hello. That's a nice seed.
This might be a Crystal T-Rock. Actually, no, we got the Ice Rod already. It's definitely a Pendant T-Rock.
Definitely a pendant. Still have... Well, one of the pendants apparently is Ice Palace, so we'll find out pretty soon what that last one is. And thanks to one kind stranger, Kelpsey is with another heart container. Gonna be keeping her alive. She also did pick up... She traded her bee for a fairy on the way out of Paradox Cave, so very clutch drop from one of the mini Moldorns.
That's a good trade. Definitely worth taking, especially when there's chances that you'll just glide right into enemies when ice physics gets turned on. So I would take that fairy over a bee any day.
All right, well, at this point, we're kind of running out of locations. We still need to find that Moon Pearl and or another glove and hammer to... oh, Sakura also getting that fairy drop.
Nice.
In order to get to the Dark World, so what else do we have left? We have...
If both our swords came from from an actual location instead of from donors giving them, we could just be a lamp away from going to get a pearl on the pyramid.
True.
But we still need that lamp in that case. Otherwise, I feel like our next item is going to be... Yeah, well, okay.
There's the mitts!
Thanks, game.
Sweet.
Which means, I guess, pearl? Or... Oh, actually, we can see checkerboard now.
Oh, yeah, true. That'd be good. That would be a really good place to put a Moon Pearl.
Hopefully it doesn't throw them through a loop and have them questioning what they've done wrong. Because I know with the way the bit racing is, you might get a little bit distracted from what's going on, and you might just assume you forgot something rather than that something weird, some specific thing like the checkerboard cave is now open to you. So I could see that being confusing. Actually, they could use that to mirror into desert, which is probably the actual place to go.
Yeah.
I always forget that. I always go straight to checkerboard. I forget desert. It's kind of sad.
All right, let's go find out what's in Agnes Cave. Yeah, these players are looking pretty cozy. The amount of hearts that they have, the blue mail, the gold sword. Both of them sitting at a lot of rupees as well. Just a red rupee and just some bombs. Kelpsey trying to make a decision. Does she want to go back and check that sewer chest? But at this point, that sewer chest would be the small key. So that would be a silly choice to do.
Now, I don't know if I saw them check the back of escape yet. But, okay, well, Sakura's checking it now, so I get the feeling that no, we haven't. This seems like a good place to check right now. I have a feeling something's here.
Yeah,
Desert or Kelpsey completely aware. There was absolutely no hesitation. She knew right away that she should be going here. That's some quick wits on Kelpsey there. And
just gotta be careful.
Escaping completely nothing. Just do circles with a bird, you'll live. Oh no!
Oh,
what is happening?
The bunny doesn't like the water. Oh, okay.
That was a surfing bunny, where if you tap into the water, you can move a pixel at a time. Though that didn't look like it was specifically that, so it was odd that it was doing it that way. Oh, we're going for some super bunnying here.
It's not too hard to do, and you could always tell if you get it because you can slash your sword or dash or whatnot. You just have to go through into an entrance and hit the mirror at the exact same time you enter. So basically on the same frame.
Maybe the goof mirror here might tell her to go to desert first. I feel like this might be not really important right now, as it's definitely out of logic. Unless someone accidentally...
Third time?
There we go. Yeah, you can see by the quick feet that you're set. The animation's like oddly quick in this.
So much more rupees too. More rupees.
All that for 350.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there's not much for her to pay for anymore, so it's not like those rupees are amazing. Although she never got to Zora.
True.
She attempted to and realized the situation, so I mean the money's pretty good, and unless chat feels like taking out that much rupees, I have a feeling she's gonna get Zora quite nicely.
Yo, someone sent Kelpsey a heart container, but heart container's nice, but didn't give her a full heart container. Just oh wow, there it is.
Oh, it is there.
Play along. Now she can go do Meyer shit.
Oh, there's some ice physics for Sakura.
Finally, okay. Apparently we had seen it earlier, but we were too busy being robots to
yeah, there was unfortunately when she was leaving Mini Moldorm.
Now this is bit racing right here. Ice physics. 20% of the time.
As Karkat had mentioned earlier, they did a lot of work to make ice physics a lot less glitchy and, exploration glitchy to be specific. So it's a lot more safer now, so that'll be less disruptive. Great work by the devs to make everything a lot smoother.
Seriously. I doubt we'll be seeing any visits to Ganon prior to unlocking Ganon. Like we did in the last one.
Now, did she visit Ganon or did she visit Agate 2? I can't remember.
She fell down... it was in T-Rock that she fell into Ganon.
Through a pipe hole, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the spots in T-Rock take you there, but there's some that can take you to Agate 2, so it can be weird. Anyways,
yo, Kelpsey's still sitting at half a heart.
She's trucking along, and chat does have the ability to heal her if they really wanted to, but I don't think she needs it. She's just mulling through this.
There's the big key. Will she make it through the cannonball room?
These cannonballs are deceptive.
Oh!
I always get.
She's got a fairy, but oh, looks like Sakura's going surfing too.
I'm not sure if it's just the way that the water works when you touch it as a bunny, or if that is like an actual attempt to do a glitch. Because there is a minor glitch where you can get fairy revived in the water and be able to be linked again. It's kind of weird.
I'd assume that those were just. It's like when you're trying to go visit Zora and you don't have the flippers and you fall in the water a couple times by accident.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what is in
I've never
Desert
seen it,
Palace. Just a blue rupee.
Just cash.
All right,
That was
wow.
clever. Straight to checkerboard. It was good thinking for them to know that that's a good place to check right away.
Well, I mean, at this point, what else do they have?
Well, they had desert, which I probably would have done before all of that.
Oh, now Kelpsey's sitting with ice physics, which ice physics kind of make things a little frustrating, such as pushing blocks and not getting hit by lasers. And looks like she's gonna go ahead and go straight, take out land mollas. You know, it's a crystal. Might as well get it done. Though it's making it a little difficult to get through this tile room.
Tile room with ice physics is a little bit too cruel for me. But I'm really glad that chat thinks otherwise, because it's entertaining.
We did get a quick map check from Sakura, who is heading into the Skull Woods area. I believe we saw Crystal 6 at Thieves Town, and that's all I saw. So, Phylon, it's up to you. Oh, all right, down to 2 hearts. She can grab 2 more coming up. And now that the ice spell has ended, she can take out Landwells comfortably. Gold Sword does make this fight pretty inconsequential, pretty insignificant.
I would argue.
And when you have Quarter Magic.
Yeah, Quarter Magic Fire Rod also kind of a. You've got so many tools at your disposal. I don't see how you could possibly be in any trouble.
Yeah, so shout outs to whomever gifted both of these runners that beautiful Quarter Magic. Look, you got to give them, Quarter Magic so that they can adjust to having all this, luxury, and then you take it away so that they're like, oh, I'm not used to this. Oh, another ice spell. Perfect.
Sword beams and ice. That's what I want. Okay, the sword beams are gone. Everything's fine.
Oh.
Now that would have been the end of the cycle there, but that ice physics is really giving her a lot of trouble. It's super difficult to line things up perfectly when you're on ice.
And Kelpsey takes down Landmola, finds the bow!
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, wow. Okay. Guys, don't skip on Desert Palace. It's a good place to go.
Yeah. Sakura's definitely going to be missing that. I'm sure I'm 100% certain when she goes back there at some point and finds that she's going to be maybe given a couple slashes.
Well, hopefully she finds the lamp and the Cane of Samaria, because Bombos was the medallion for Meyer. And when you have all that stuff... Oh, grabbed by the Wallmaster. Was trying to get some health. And took a little bit too much time standing in one spot. And those Wallmasters will get you every time.
Yep.
Oh, and again!
Maybe even actually every time. They're really... The mummies in this game are so mean.
Freaking Gibdos. Get out of here. Oh, that's painful. As a runner, that's gotta be rough.
Oh, a map that lasted longer than a second. So now we are 100% sure of everything we've seen.
So T-Rock is a crystal.
I believe Phylene got it all right away.
And 50 rupees for her trouble. Dang.
Sent a bottled fairy. Kelpsey getting a little bit of a resource there in case of anything bad going on as it happened in Desert. It might happen again here.
Yeah, that's another nice thing is with empty bottles, you can send them. You can be their little personal to-go or on-the-go witch shop. Send them red potions, blue potions, fairies. Just gotta make sure you do it when they actually have an empty bottle. Otherwise, I don't think it works. So hopefully we get some more bottles. But Kelpsey not too far behind Sakura in Skull Woods. Let's see if her vanilla big key chest location. Let's see how much trouble she has with the Wallmaster is what I'm trying to get. Oh, dude, imagine if we could combine this at some point with like Randomizer things to just like add Wallmasters to certain rooms or certain dungeons. I like it. Just imagine, from the daily races or whatever, with some of the Randomizer ones, where there'd be one in the room right going up Agate Tower, or G Tower right before you fight Agatu, or the room right before you drop down to fight Cold Stare. It's brutal.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Would, definitely be entertaining and cruel at the same time. I also want to see some sort of thing like that where we just get like an even harder version of the bit race where everything's just like beat the racers up and it's just like Andy versus Christos and you just get to punch them as much as you can.
Ooh, it's someone sending Sakura a debuff. Armor debuff. Look at that infinite magic. Cool.
That looks beautiful.
That is amazing. Whoa. Yo, welcome to V29, guys.
Oh, this is some cool stuff.
That's really cool. I wonder if infinite health, like, is infinite health a thing? And would that...
Sakura
that's the case.
A wonderful time with that as well. She's just fired away still.
That was so cool. With infinite health, I wonder if it does the same thing since we have those 4 colors to use for the same 4 colors: red, green, yellow, and blue.
I wonder if it all flashes colors or if it does like a wave of colors and it constantly just rotates. Either way, that'd be super cool to see. I would assume it's the second one. Ooh, we got ice physics for this chest. That's going to be a terrible time. It's actually really hard to navigate this at like a regular speed, so it's going to be a little bit rough. Or she'll just make me look bad and do it, no problems.
Her armor debuff also ended. Oh, now she gets to be a bunny. She has to wait a little bit longer. Okay. Getting rid of that by just taking a little touch from the Gibdo. And there's the big key, so I think I would assume at this point we're still looking for one more item in here.
I don't fully know, because with 0 keys it makes me think there's at least 1 key in a chest somewhere, not in the trap room. And that might be the big chest. I don't know if she just miscounted.
It's possible. This is one of those dungeons that's easy to forget just because of how many different separate parts there are to this dungeon. But let's see Kelpsey's Mothula fight. I don't think she has any buffs or debuffs.
You did get away from the starter lineup, but we'll see if she can get those 4 hits in. Wow.
Easy. Right before the ice physics.
Fortunately, the spikes don't hurt either after the fight is over, or it would be a risk that you could slide into the spikes and die afterwards, which would be terrible.
It is interesting.
Be really unhappy.
I wonder if there's a way to make it so that those still do stuff. Wow, so 50 rupees for both items in Skullwoods. Both of them were 50 rupees. So Skullwoods not really giving us any sort of answer. Kelpsey with the ice physics has to go through here. What is it about this room in ice physics?
Gotta go the other way though. The first left is not possible. Everything else past that is a pot blocking you, so you can change your path. And no hammer thieves down. Is that going to be an issue?
I don't know. Do you go for it, or do you gamble on just holding off until you find the hammer?
I think with what they have right now, I would feel comfortable going for it, because it's pretty likely right now that you're not going to see the hammer for a while anyways, and you might just be in go mode the second you find it. So it could feel good to just get in there and finish thieves down and not have to worry about it.
True. Oh gosh, could you imagine? I just saw this in chat. Imagine a deactivate Moon Pearl.
That would be brutal.
I feel like since you don't actually activate Moon Pearl, it'd be just like a temporary bunny beam or something like that.
Yeah, a bunny beam. That'd be pretty funny. That's why we need some new modes on the bit race where there's like the normal, which is what we're doing now, and then there's like a chaos one where you can just be as terrible as you'd like to be to the runners. Gear those towards like the really top end players that choose to do that stuff to themselves anyways.
I'm waiting for like the like a buff that doubles the boss's health or something. Or no, not that. Well, I mean it would be for like something where it's like an event where anybody can donate to that affects both players. So all of a sudden both bosses are like double health, or land molas are double speed, or I don't know, something crazy like that. Just the idea of raid bosses is really cool. Alright. Kelpsey getting through with the bomb jump on her second try, getting her 50 rupees. Sakura only finding a heart container, getting to 2 rows of hearts now. Thanks to a lot of generous donations from the amazing people in chat. Thank you guys.
Nope. Sakura did choose to go through all this ahead of time. She really wants to find that hammer. And it's kind of understandable for her to be doing this because she doesn't have a bow. So Eastern and Pod are extremely locked to her. So she's feeling like she's not going to have too many options open to her for much longer. I mean, she's got a bit of Dark World Death Mountain. She's got Desert. And I think that might be about it, aside from just doing the Hype Cave into stuff over there kind of play. Whereas Kelpsey has the ability to go into Eastern and Pod as well, so she probably feels a lot more open. She can go pretty much anywhere and probably not find anything, but still get stuff done.
Yeah, I don't remember
there's
if
also Ice Palace as well.
I don't remember if Armos Knights ended up having an item or not. So that could be something to consider.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was not item counting at that point.
You'd put it off until you find the hammer, but we are going to see a Thieves Town play from Kelpsey, while Sakura's going to be focusing on just doing more overworld. And there's a mushroom. Oh boy.
Boy, I wonder what that's going to be.
Oh man. It was something important in the race earlier today.
And Carcat's got a... Wait, what just happened?
You can talk to the trees now. And they tell you how to get to Thieves Town.
I have never seen that before.
It's V29, man. We in there.
But yeah, Carcat mentioned in chat that one-hit KO might be coming soon.
Oh,
not in
please.
this one, but in Bit Races in their future, which is extremely exciting.
I'm excited. What do we got in Circle of Bushes? Only a big 20. And Kelpsey finding the compass. I missed what the second item was. Let's see what the fourth item is going to be. Just a blue rupee. So his third item had to have been the big key, because you have to find the big key in the first 4, otherwise you can't progress. Oh, that's interesting. The bunny beam kind of ignores ice physics? Did you see that for Kelpsey?
I didn't notice in time, but... Huh.
Dude, what if it was like you know how when you use like super speed or hook speed or whatever on ice physics and you just stand perfectly still? What if you could do that to like whenever you're a bunny sprite? People just stand perfectly still when they're bunnies. It'd be dangerous.
It looks like
there's some very dangerous rooms where bunny beams are. Particularly that one on the way to the big key chest in Turtle Rock. That one's dangerous.
So unfortunately for all those who wanted to troll Kelpsey's bird, we have hit the cap, and you cannot take her bird away anymore.
No bird.
You can't take Kelpsey's bird away. It's hers.
It's her bird. How dare you? Why would you do that?
Just for that.
See what's in Hype Cave. We got 10 arrows, biome capacity, 20 bucks, bombs, and a heart piece from the guy. So that is a horrible, terrible, absolutely useless Hype Cave.
Yeah, that was atrocious.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Well, Now what? So Kelpsey's gonna go ahead and finish out all of Thieves Town. We've seen, I believe, our third item now.
Yeah, and Sakura turning in her purple chest. I'm not 100%. It's impossible to tell where she's going to go after this, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see a nice play just to... Oh, I guess we have no hammer.
Okay. Purple chest.
Okay.
All right. So...
Well, I wouldn't be too surprised if you saw a T-Rock play. Let me just change my thought process there.
Well, here's the thing.
Probably
if she had the lamp, I would see her potentially go to Meyer, but at the same time, it's like you kind of want to have the bow to go take on Vitreous, but at the same time, she has a dang gold sword, so
yeah, she's pretty much set to fight Vidi, but the bow just makes it so much smoother and safer. You don't ever have to worry about any risks.
I think as soon as she finds the flute, though, she would go to the Meyer area, which would also send her to go to Desert, where she would get the bow.
Yeah.
but could potentially end up getting like getting the or finishing Meyer and then doing Desert to get the bow afterwards, which would be hilarious.
Yeah, she's in an interesting spot right now because of that Desert bow. That because she doesn't have that, every dungeon that's available to her right now has something that she can't get to in it. So it's like all these options are open to her, but all these options have a chance of backfalling or just not paying out at all and causing her to double dip it later. It's like Eastern, you have no bow, you can't complete it. Pod, you don't have a bow or a hammer, it's going to be pretty awful. Ice, you don't have the hammer. T-Rock, you can't even open. Mire, you don't have a lamp. Desert, there's a chance that you need the boots. It's so many things that could just get in her way right now.
Yeah, they need to find that hammer. But who knows? It could be a hammer in the beginning of Ice Palace or in the beginning of Pod or something like that. We were fortunate and got an item from Blind. That is the 4th item for Thieves Town. So both these runners, once they're done here, will not have to come back to check that big chest. And Sakura is making her way through, enjoying that lovely ice physics.
So where are you thinking the next item will be?
I'm kind of thinking Pod. But here's the thing: if you want to go that, you have to swim there. But if I was either of these players, I would probably go do Dark World, Death Mountain first. Check Hookjack Cave, check Super Bunny, find out what I need for T-Rock. Some good information there.
Yeah, 6 items and some info is pretty valuable, especially when you're sitting on just one medallion and you're kind of worried about it. And yeah, I would agree with Pod. You've got access to 5 chests just with the bow, and depending on how the keys lay out, which I mean, you have the bow, so you're getting enough keys. You could get access to the entire back half as well, and then it's just a matter of, do you want to do a dark room? Do you want to get into a dark room, go 3 seconds into the dark room, and then suddenly start sliding around?
I'm so glad. I don't know why I was half expecting it, but I'm so glad you didn't sing, do you want to do a dark room?
No,
like how? Okay, good. Because anyone else would have taken that opportunity to reference the greatest movie of all time.
It
Ace
is
Ventura 2, Pet Detective.
Exactly. That's such a good movie, but
such a good movie. It's so great, man.
I would ruin it by trying to sing.
Are there no permanent sword downgrades? Because these butter swords are already... They're bumming me out, man. Just saying.
I'm sure they'll look at their scenarios here and decide whether or not they would like to change it or not, leave it as is, or make some changes for future bit races. The devs, I mean. For now, though, Kelpsey's just going to bring in the frog and probably purple chest and do the sweep that Sakura did, hoping to get a hammer. And then Sakura finishing out Thieves Town here. Not too sure what her plan will be afterwards. As you mentioned, Dark Death Mountain seems to be the place to go.
It would be interesting to add like certain, same with like doubling the boss's health and stuff like that. If you can add caps on the race, so like you could donate enough so that gold sword is banned or something like that, or silvers are banned or something like that. Because we want to help these players and we want to make sure they have fun. But in my opinion, the most fun you could possibly have is having really ridiculous challenges that make you not want to have fun. Am I right?
Well, I'm suggesting that hard mode bit races where you can, depending on whether or not the runners sign up for it, they can get that horrible punishment added to it.
They shouldn't have a choice. This is what you
get.
Let's see.
Powder early because quarter magic makes it really hard to try to do the fake powder glitch. It's kind of impossible.
32 fire rods? It'd be funny if someone's like in the middle of like draining all their magic and then someone gives them infinite magic.
You just get like a good 10k bits in, and then you just wait 10 seconds and keep refreshing it every 10 seconds for the whole minute and a half. So they're just sitting there for 30 seconds going, all right, no, you know what? You win, I'm done, I'm not gonna do this trick, and they just leave.
Yo, ice physics for Saku, just in time for blind. Man, I feel like Saku is getting bullied this run.
Now,
Now
Blind
she
had scripted fight, but when you
I don't think ice physics is in the script. As far as I know.
I mean, the script is already broken here. Phase 1, the script has already gone off track here because it's just impossible to try to line that up without sliding anyway.
Fortunately,
She's
plenty
doing
of health
really well, though.
When'd you get a mirror shield?
She's nice sword buffers, too. She's only been hit a bit now. I think if she had absolutely no safeties whatsoever, she still would have lived that with the current health that she has.
Yeah. I don't even know if she's been granted like something like a fairy or a potion in a bottle or whatnot.
Now, as a reminder, we can debuff these players. We can take their health away. We can take their armor away for a little bit. Stuff like that. So if you feel like you're...
But you can't take away their free...
If you feel like your opponent, or say you've got a favorite racer and there's an opponent for that racer that's doing really well, coming up on a hard point, you could take that away from them. Maybe they're a little low on health and you feel maybe we could take even more from them. You set them to lower health.
Speaking of taking, someone just sent Kelpsey another heart container, as well as some ice physics. Dude, purple chest on ice? Sounds lovely.
I don't think they have a bobsled. I'm not sure how that's following them so well.
Dude, if only we had, like, shield sledding from Breath of the Wild. That's, like, the best part about that game.
That's what happens when you use major glitches down the mountain. You just pull out the shield and you just slide right down.
Then you fall and take massive damage. It's great!
Kelpsey being fully aware that trying to pick up a rock while sliding in ice physics is a bit... I don't know if it's been fixed, but it was pretty buggy before.
I like picking up the Phantom Rock. That's always nice.
She waited patiently to make sure she wasn't moving before trying to pick up a rock, so just aware of what could happen in bit racing is it's a good thing to keep in your mind.
Kelpsey picking up that Canis and Maria. So here's the thing: if if these players were 100% confident in their abilities to do dark rooms in Mire, like Mire is 100% open.
Yeah, they got a lot of them if they just do dark rooms, but it's kind of scary.
It can be a little scary. I mean, they have hookshot if they want to go, to get through the first room, and then, the only dark room is just to get to Vitreous.
That seems like a good place to go if you want to just clear it up for items right now and worry about it later.
If I was playing in this race,
you'd be on permanent ice physics.
I'd be on permanent ice physics. Which dark ice rooms dark rooms on ice sounds a little dangerous. I mean, these players still haven't even I don't think either of them have saved the old man, so dark rooms they both did the Eastern Palace one, didn't they? Pretty sure both of them did. But yeah, it'd be awesome at some point being able to like spawn more dead rocks or something, or I don't know how that would work. That could probably break the game. Turn all the enemies into mold worms.
Why mold worms? Why not? I don't know. Ganons. Dead rocks. Turn them all into dead rocks.
Oh, it'd be also like temporary Ganon music or something. Temporary like fortune teller music.
Great.
Oh, interesting. Kelpsey decided to hop down to walk back around. Probably would have been faster just to chill. Wait for them to come back too.
Yeah, sometimes you're a little impatient in a race, though. You just want to be moving at all times, because it does feel like you're wasting time when you're sitting around not thinking or moving towards a goal. And it looks like Willard had the right idea going to Dark Death Mountain, as both players are there.
Seems like the most optimal play. We got, what, 6 chests coming up and some details on T-Rock. And hey, if we find that hammer up here and maybe whatever medallion we need for T-Rock, we could see an early dip. The amount of times we've seen Lamp in T-Rock.
Yeah, I mean, that's... As I mentioned earlier, I have a feeling it's there. When you get the flute that early, you don't really need a lamp anymore, so it's kind of just... It's going to be T-Rock, because it's always somewhere annoying, right? When you really want that lamp early.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling we're getting the hammer soon, and then that lamp will come in eventually.
I don't know. You don't want to limit yourself too much by not doing dark rooms or not thinking about the seed, regardless of the lamp location, because it could just be like the lamp could be really out of the way or really obnoxious.
Yeah.
And hookshot cave, unless we got bailed out here. Gotta be careful with that berry. Wow. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, never mind. Willard's just wrong. It's a terrible play.
Yeah.
Remember when I said Ice Palace? Yeah, that's even worse. Don't do that.
I would
Never
do
go to
Ice Palace
with a hammer. That'd be such.
I don't know what would you do at this point?
I'd go to Pod if I was Kelpsey. If I was Sakura, I'd go to Desert because you can, unless the boots are important, do everything. But I have some vision of the seed that they don't, so it's a little unfair for me to say what they should do.
Oh wow! So double bombos today. Kelpsey, don't do it. Kelpsey, don't do it.
She's gonna quickly realize that you need a hammer for this, and I don't blame her. I mean, even just commentating this already, I've said once that they should go to T-Rock, and then I realized the hammer portion, so yeah, there she goes. It's hard to remember what little things are needed for each little spot like that. The hammer, it's not needed in the dungeon, and it's not needed for any other point of Dark or Death Mountain, but right there, you need it.
It definitely feels weird being this far in and not having the hammer yet.
Yeah, they both seem to be going to the same areas here. I guess there might be both doing the graveyard area. I'm not sure where Kelpsey could go from here.
I don't know. She did do purple chest because she did get the cane.
Yep. And she did.
So she might be. She's following right behind Sakura. Yeah.
Yeah. And this actually is a pretty good play as well, because it could take them to jumping in the water, swimming across, going to catfish, and then heading down. So it's kind of just like ties it all in nicely.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about picking off spots. Like,
I wonder if Kelpsey's gonna opt to go catfish Zora since she didn't have the rupees at Zora. She's got. She got plenty.
She'll forget about that. I mean, there's still the chance that I think you can take away 2,000 rupees at once, right? Yeah, you can do that.
Be a little expensive.
It's only, a rupee is a bit, so $20 to take down that.
If
a little
chat were to work together, it gotta be pretty comical to lose all your rupees a second time on your way to Zora.
That would be brutal.
You wouldn't forget about that.
There's no real good place to farm them either.
No. We did see. Well, I'm sure we didn't see anything useful on Lake Hylia Island, right? I don't think so.
I don't. Oh, that was during the portion that we were full robots, so I didn't actually pay attention to the stream so much at that point, so I missed it.
Yo, have these players turned in that mushroom yet?
I don't.
Real talk?
They have. Actually, Sakura definitely got it, I'm sure, because it was the first chest of thieves, and she's been in Thieves Town.
Yeah. Phileon.
Phileon's aware that they turned it in, but isn't aware that she hasn't. Come on, man.
Big 20. I love those. And a single arrow. Thank you, Catfish.
This is a bummer.
Yeah, where the heck is that hammer?
It's gotta be Pod. I'm feeling it, and it's not much of a sequence. Oh, actually, Pod isn't that amazing now that I think about it. It might require you to go left, right, mirror out of right, and go up through the middle, because you can't jump down without the hammer. So you might have to do some annoying stuff in Pod just to get to the back half.
I can't imagine how obnoxious it's got to be to watch almost 1,500 rupees dwindle down to 0.
Kelpsey's setting up a catfish. We'll see if that mirror comes out.
See if those rupees go down. It is worth noting, though, that the stunned enemy prize we saw on Saku's side was a big 20. So would be hard to get some more rupees.
It would be hard to get to 500 on a stun prize, though.
Just gotta kill like 30 Zoras, whatever.
If you see that that mirror come out for Kelpsey, you guys need to know exactly what you gotta do if you plan on doing it. So if she switches to it, you gotta... Oh, here we go, guys.
Now's the time.
If you don't do it right now, she'll probably get there in time, so...
Oh, we are gonna see what's on the pyramid. This could be the hammer, which would be funny. Nope, just a bomb upgrade.
It's either in somewhere terrible, like ice or swamp, or... I don't know, mire? Or it's gonna be pod. Pod feeling like the better play. It's looking like Kelpsey's gonna make it.
Dude, hammer and mire. That's a good one.
Yeah, she's set. Unfortunately, not robbed of her fun.
I'm curious if somebody robbed the wrong person. That'd be my guess. Because that 1,500 rupees that someone took from Sakura could have been a bit of a difference maker. But hey, it's okay. Kelpsey got to go to Zora and get her useless, what was it? Piece of heart? But we are going to see that pod play. Unfortunately for Sakura, without that bow in hand, she's not going to be able to check those two. And she gets hit by the Ropa, losing that poor Kiki.
Fortunately, she has just enough money for it. The chat hasn't been that cruel.
Yeah, shoutouts to someone sent her 300 rupees right before she got here.
There's some good people there. And money goes in, so she is set. Chat too slow, or didn't really go for it because they've already ripped 1,500 from her. So
I guess stealing all of her money was worth it, just for the time being.
And you scare her a little bit with the Kiki. Just see all your money go away when you're planning on going to pod.
Well, that's it. Pod is 100% bow locked.
And only one of these players can do that. And Chat can't really help her. There's no give a bow, so it's hopefully she goes to desert. Kelpsey learning nothing on the pyramid as well, so she's gonna be walking away with nothing.
Alright, Sakura, where are you going? Ooh, this might be the ice play.
Here we go. Okay, so we'll see. Nope. She realized no hammer ice is a terrible idea. Let's not go there.
This might be the mire play. No.
Guy.
This will probably be that desert play where she'll be getting her bow from Lamela's. But if, if there ends up being something in pod, hell, it could even just be like the lamp or and even boost would be good at this point.
Yeah, she did not super bunny this. She immediately left after getting that pearl, so she's back for another 350 rupees.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
It's cash land. Now she can pay for Zora.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you have a pod that's completely bow locked, all of a sudden that bow and everything in pod just becomes a little bit more interesting, a little bit more valuable. People like to talk about them beautiful them little breadcrumbs. So let's see what happens. Of course, that's just a farce, but we can believe. But it looks like Saku is going for the mire play, unless it's just to open it up and then she's going to mirror and do desert, which you'll see players do a lot of times. Of course, you could switch items right as the medallion animation is starting, so if she was going to go into desert, she would have switched by now.
Yeah, hopefully she remembers desert is the thing.
She might be holding out until she finds the boots, just in case something is on the torch.
Yeah, though I would say if you're here, you check, just so you get that information.
Here's some ice, just in time.
Ice in mire is a terrible, terrible thing.
It's fine. It's an easy dungeon, man.
It's the worst. It's like the hardest movement dungeon in the game. I honestly believe Meyer has the hardest movement in it.
I don't know, man. I'd say ice does.
Ice is just a bomb jump and you're done.
Well,
But
in
Ice
NMG
Meyer.
maybe, but in Randomizer where you full clear ice, it can be a little tricky.
Ah, you're just bad.
All right, futon. Whatever you say. All right, let's find out what we got going on in the bow section of Pod. We got a key. That's pretty big. Of course, she doesn't have the hammer, so she'll have to mirror out unless the hammer is sitting in this chest right here, right now. Oh, small key.
That's enough to get her to the back. Well, technically, it's not by logic enough to get her to the back, but I'm sure there's a small key in the front too over here, so it'll be enough.
Maybe in the drop-down one or something.
Yeah, it could even be both the bridge-ended one and the drop-down. She's gonna check this first, which I kind of like this because it's most likely that you're gonna get a key, so this kind of just routes it all in at once. You don't have to think about it anymore.
Oh wow. Big key for Meyer in the chest right there, which generally would be really convenient if you were in go mode, but we're a little bit away from that. And Kelpsey getting a key for a key, which is one of the more frustrating parts about Palace of Darkness, because that can happen twice. And another key.
Hey, look at that. So now we're set to go straight to the back without a logic break at all.
She's gotten 4 small keys already in Palace of Darkness. And some ice physics.
Oh god.
She's gotta be careful. Jeez.
I have not seen that before.
She's trying to leave the dungeon by any means necessary. What do we got? There it is! Hammer in Meyer. I knew it!
There's some angry slashes there. It looks like I have lost this hammer guessing game, unfortunately.
It's okay, I forgive you. We had a little bit of a blip there, so we didn't get to see what item was on that in that chest for Kelpsey. Oh, it was a shovel.
Yes.
Maybe it was a blip for me. But hammer and shovel, so that's good. And, you know, once Saku...
She took a brief moment to think about doing the bomb jump on ice physics. You gotta be really confident to pull that off.
I mean, if you buffer enough, I can't imagine it'd be too hard, right?
Having never tried buffering on ice before, I don't know how that would work. I don't know if the pixels would be the same in terms of what your frame movement is, because typically it's a 1-2-1-2-1, unless you're going diagonal, in which case it's always ones. But on ice, I don't actually know what would happen. Sometimes ice feels like you go faster than normal, but I don't know how true that is. Is that a 10 bomb chest?
Yes.
Has that always been a thing, or am I just crazy?
V29.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So taking a look at our items. Not sure what she got in the dark room. Heck, I don't even know what she got in the dark room.
Based on this small key count, was it a small key?
Maybe. We'll find out if she goes down here and see what's in there. Now!
No, it wasn't a small key.
She needs the lamp. She needs to find the lamp.
That's
there's another small key. Wow, so both of those single chests were both key for key. That's frustrating.
Oh, it was a small key down there, yeah. So she has all 6 now. Oh god.
Oh, she's actually doing it.
Going for it. Well, there's no ice, so. Oh no.
Oh, real close.
You can see that she uses a sword lineup to get that done correctly, which is it means you get a little bit less time to try to pull it off.
Yeah.
Opting to go out. I understand why she did that actually, because no lamp, dark rooms, chance of getting ice physics. Maybe she's just trying to get the big chest and get out.
It's possible. She will be doing another dark room here coming up, finishing out Eastern Palace. And of course, here's the thing: Pod is a pendant, so she might not actually need to go back there. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything in Pod, so now you got to be thinking maybe that dark maze actually has something that we need.
Yeah. It's kind of scary not finding anything in Pod. It usually has something. The interesting thing, though, is while it is one hard dark room coming up, she does have the fire rod, so if she gets a torch, she'll be fine.
Yeah, the real hard dark room is going to be for Sakura coming up.
Yeah.
With this dark mire.
We're abandoning up. Oh, no, we're key.
Trying
There
to
we go.
catch. She got bees.
Damn bees.
Oh, perfect timing for Kelpsey getting ice physics coming up in this one room. That's kind of obnoxious. Yeah, this is not a very fun dark room if you haven't done it enough.
Going in with a sword out means she might be trying to go without a torch at all.
Oh, you opting to use Can of Burn with that quarter magic.
It's a good idea when you have just so much magic and a gold sword. It's a lot easier to make sure you get the kill. Because, I mean, they don't need to be hit by a bow to get the item out of them, so...
All right, let's see who's got the better dark rooms. Kelpsey does get that small key. Be heading up. And by heading up, I mean heading out.
Getting that pot off the ground is surprisingly difficult.
The easiest way to do it is if you come at it from below. So line up with the bottom wall and then walk up. It's so much easier to pick it up than trying to line it up from the top.
The other thing you can do is just go... if you go from the other end, you can just tap down and grab it, but it's hard to.
No, that's stupid.
That is some
Sakura,
difficult ice.
Yeah, she's got some ice physics now. She's going to go for potentially walking down to the door and tossing the thing up, and Kelpsey does finally opt to use the fire rod to light her way in that room. Probably wishing she had just done that initially to make it a little bit quicker.
Might help a little bit more. But now she's set to the easy part of the dungeon, and with silver arrows, this is... unless she just hugs some Igors, it isn't going to be a big deal anymore.
Yo, Sakura's going to need a little bit of help getting through this room. She's not getting the lineup right.
Is there a gift of light cone? Doesn't seem like it.
Fake light cone. Well, here's the thing, you know, she's got that hammer, which gives her a very nice advantage at this point. And she'll probably opt to go straight to do desert and, taking to death. She does have a fairy, so... But that's, her... I don't remember if she got two. She has 2 bottles. She might have another one on deck as well.
Yeah, I believe right before going upstairs, she decided to stop, turn around, and go catch herself a second one, so I think she has 2, and, well, I guess now 1.
It's got another ice physics. Oh, Lord.
Still in this very difficult starting room.
See how it feels, Saku? This was like for me, constantly bullied with ice physics. Alright, well, Kelpsey takes out the Armless Knights, only getting an arrow capacity upgrade. Let's see if she opts to do next. If this is the Meyer play, she's not going to be too far behind getting that hammer, but it looks like this is going to be an Agnes Cave check. Curious to see what she does next. She's kind of running out of options at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of options available that are just really bad, like going into swamp, going into ice, going into... No, that's about it. Those 2 and then Meyer.
Oh, taking another death. Using up her last fairy. She did get an armor buff. But she did get through the next 2 rooms, and the ice physics is over, so now she can kind of breathe a sigh of relief as she makes it through the last of the dark rooms in here. Which generally is the easier one of all of them. Because you can always use this little fireball shooter thing to kind of guide where you need to go. So if you go too far up and too far to the right, you'll fall down the hole.
Yeah, looks like she's in the right spot now. She just gotta get the hit in and...
Oh man! Kelpsey going into Meyer. So at this point, we gotta assume that Lamp is probably gonna be in Swamp Palace or Ice Palace, one of the 2. So that hammer not only unlocks those 2 dungeons, I guess it also does unlock Turtle Rock? Turtle Rock was also Bombos, if I recall correctly.
Yep, that hammer does have Turtle Rock open right now. All the way up to the... I believe after the big chest, the little roller chest there.
Oh man. Do you go to Turtle Rock?
Chat being a little bit generous to Saku after her really just...
Oh no.
We've had a screen grab.
Oh,
that is bad.
Oh no!
That's a camera lock.
Oh, what an awful time to do that after going through all of that.
And unfortunately, if she goes through this door... Well, there's no door there, actually. She'd have to go all the way back down again. She's actually halfway up this room right now.
She can
She
still
needs to
keep
head
it going, right?
back down.
She doesn't have to mirror out, right?
No, if she goes all the way back down to the bottom and bonks against the wall, it should reset her camera. But she might opt to mirror to be safe.
Saku, go down. Now, this wasn't like an ice physics thing, was it? Oh, she decides to mirror
That's
out.
unfortunate. It's possible that even heading back down would have kept the camera from resetting. Essentially, what happened is the camera got like sometimes the camera is always like when you move through a room, the camera is locked to Link at all times. But there are times where if you're moving and you use, say, a bottle or just something weird happens, like you hit a beetle, the camera can get unset from Link in the proper way, and it lets you do weird things. Sometimes it turns into like wrapping through screens and stuff like that really strangely. Most of them are major glitches.
It always seems to happen whenever you're going from one room into a double room, like a room, like a very long hallway. Because we've seen it happen like in Thieves Town when you're heading up the Hellway, or in G Tower after Moldorm 2, when you go over after fighting Moldorm 2 to go up that hallway. So something has to do with those combinations of things. But that's very unfortunate and a very awful like time loss, because she just spent all that time getting through the dark rooms and then has to leave.
Yeah,
So
it's really rough.
Hopefully she
with
finds
the hammer, she can full clear swamp, so it's not going to be a terrible loss. She also got ice as a backup option. It's just, it seems like Desert has eluded her in terms of she just might assume it's not available to her still for some reason.
Yeah, the interesting thing is I don't think that actually had anything to do with the ice physics. I think that's just a normal glitch of the game. We've seen it all the time happen. So
there's a new minor glitch that came out for Pod.
It has something to do with spinning your sword, I think. Yeah. Spinning your sword and like bonking, or not bonking, but like clinking off of something. And Kelpsey now getting her hammer, slashing her sword a few times. Because that's the thing, is you could have gone in here. They could have gone in there right away, you know, because they already had bombos and hookshot. They could have been in there even before they did Desert.
Yeah, this seed could have gone a terrible direction for some players, depending on the way they chose to route it. A little bit the way it's going for Sakura, but she got that early hammer, so she's not in the worst of positions. It looks like Kelpsey's a lamp from Go mode, maybe? Depending on what is boot locked.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wow, we're already at that point.
It was a pretty quick seed in the early game.
Yeah.
Well, I guess after that slow crawl into finding Death Mountain access. So really, we need Sakura to either get an early lamp here, in a place that Kelpsey might want to try to go mode, or we need her to head to Desert and grab that bow as soon as she can.
You know, being a lamp away from go mode is it's very nice. Oh, and I just realized that Sakura bailing on Meyer did not send her into Desert, so she's still looking for that bow at this point. Which is going to give Kelpsey even more of a time advantage. And here's the thing: if you're a lamp away from go mode, then you already know it can't be in pod, since the only rooms she has left are all dark rooms. So, you know, either you finish out the seed without the lamp if you're confident with the dark rooms, or you just focus on dungeons that you can do fully without a lamp, like Swamp Palace. So,
yeah, there is a dark room in T-Rock, but it's super easy if you happen to know the way to go through it. Sometimes it doesn't work out properly. I don't know what the cause for that is, but that one's not so bad. But the Meyer one, as we saw through Sakura's screen, is just a nightmare, especially with ice physics. So I'm certain she's going to keep looking for that lamp as long as possible.
yeah, as of right now, we still need to do... You know, Ice Palace isn't even a pendant, or isn't even a crystal, so we could definitely not even check that. So technically, none of the pendant dungeons, unless there's a lamp and ice, were required. Unless, of course, like G-Tower or Big Key on Torch or something, so we need the boots. And it's also worth noting that Spike Cave is not even in Logic because that Cane of Burna was gifted to these players. Another bee in a bottle. Wow. And there's the big key on the left side of Swamp.
That's
Nothing else really of value, but yeah, that means that you can just open that up and bail. Don't have to worry about... Well, you already did left side, so... Now they can just go ahead and finish it out. And a small key in the first chest of T-Rock, so... We're getting a couple frame drops from Kelpsey. Is there a... Can we donate more frames to her? Is that a thing we can do? Oh, there it is!
Oh, there it is!
Wow, that is so mean! Oh my gosh! Not only is the Vicky on the left side, too, but... So that means you had to dive Mire for the hammer to then go to Swamp to get the lamp to go back into Mire. But, wow, that's disgusting. But, I mean, here's the thing, guys. It depends on if Kelpsey is capable of doing the Dark Rooms in T-Rock. If not, she's going to have to come back here later and finish it. And Sakura right now, the thing is, though, the downside for Sakura is having that hammer, she might opt to go choose other places with more chests as opposed to going to Desert, where we know Landmills is holding on to that bow. Wow, yeah. Sakura 1 heart away from that beautiful 20 hearts.
We're getting there, and yeah, it's really interesting to see which player is going to get that last item first. So
now we know at this point, we're not looking for any more items for the most part. Kelpsey got to be a little careful here.
Ice Physics Chomps is kind of scary.
Yeah. Oh, and Red Mail in Swamp as well. That's a nice find.
She's making it.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard to get that chest, though.
Slip sliding around. But she needed it if she wanted to progress, so...
Yeah, she took her time with the blue cane to make sure she gets there safely.
Alright, let's see this Argus fight from Sakura. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how the rest of this race goes, because it really comes down to Dark Rooms. Because, you know, if you're good at the Dark Rooms, that hammer in Mire was go mode. Assuming you already did Desert, so... And, unfortunately for Sakura, she could do every single other thing. Like, she might go straight to T-Rock after this, before going into Desert, because, you know, Desert's only, what, 2 items? I mean, come on. It's not very interesting.
Ooh, it looks like both our players can't be unducked anymore. Nice try, Felix. You bully.
And it looks like Saku is immediately going to go get her revenge on the unfortunate camera quadrant thing glitch. And sitting at a beautiful 20 hearts. Those 20 blue hearts are very satisfying to look at, not gonna lie.
No. Sakura was about to walk towards Desert, but the revenge of Mire called to her, so she's coming back.
It's okay. That's not a big deal. Because after this, she's going to mirror and then do Desert. And then get her bow. So. I can't imagine why she would do anything else otherwise.
Curious to see if Kelpsey goes for that dark room or not. The trick to it is just hold down right once you get onto the platform you've made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you just
pretty easy from there. Yeah.
Left, up, right, down, left, basically.
Yep.
Something like that. Something to that degree.
The fire bars as an easy or like a I guess a gauge of where you are in the room. I'm failing my words here.
And there's the actual other mirror shield or another shield upgrade in the Mimic Cave. So, gonna make those laser rooms a little bit easier. Yeah, I wonder. I'm sure Kelpsey's going through here hoping to find that lamp, but unfortunately, we already know it's in the Big Chest of Swamp, which requires you to do the left side swamp. Man, go mode lamp is like the dream. Gosh, I would love for that. That'd be so amazing.
Ooh. Gotta watch those pokey butts. They hit hard.
And it's especially easier when you get Fire Rod relatively early, because then you know nothing is locked by a fire source. Oh, and there's Ether. All right, is she going for it? She's going for it.
Just got some more ice physics in this terrible room.
Oh boy. She's gonna love this room. She's gonna remember this room forever. Oh no!
Oh, it clipped her into it.
It made her push it off. There we go.
We made it. It's all good.
First try every time. Easy peasy.
It's gonna be a nightmare when they get to that Ganon's Tower torch and Big Key's just staring at them.
Wow, and Kelpsey nails the dark room.
Sakura needs to head down and bonk into the wall. Well, I guess she can't bonk, but...
Did it really happen again?
Has broken her camera again.
Oh man, I can't imagine that doing that twice.
From the way that it's working right now, it doesn't look like the camera lock is actually the issue. So it looks like the issue was ice physics.
Failed to unpack block. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that's just rough.
Well, Kelpsey makes it through the laser bridge. Mirror shield in hand makes it a little bit easier. God, I can't imagine having to do Meyer a third time.
Yeah. I think it seems to misunderstand what room she's actually in, so she might have to like leave to the right and then to the left to try to fix it, but I don't even know if that would help. I'm kind of lost on what the actual issue is here now that it's not directly related to the camera locking. The camera just appears to think she's in a different room.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. It's pretty interesting.
Looks like Kelpsey's going to be doing some Trinex with ice physics.
Oh, goody. Well, I feel like she should try something other than standing around. Come on, Saku.
I think she's trying to work it out with somebody right now to solve the issue. I'm not too sure who would be giving her a chat, but I'm sure she's talking to somebody about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the reason why it's still in beta. The indoor ice physics can be a little cumbersome, can be a little issue. So she might be having a little inside talk with one of the devs, which is totally fine. This is for fun, guys. This isn't a tourney race. But Kelpsey taking out the first phase of Trinex. She's down to 2 hearts. She's down to 1 heart. Yeah, she's got to be careful. She takes a death.
Oh, that ice physics is brutal.
Oh, gross. Not only the ice physics, but the ice physics on ice physics. Do they just cancel each other out?
As experience as a Canadian, I would say that it just doesn't really do anything. It's ice on ice, so it's
just super ice physics.
And no,
yeah,
it's regular.
I have to remember, I think during his wind-up phase where he's just coming out of his shell. Only his head has like a hitbox. Like his body doesn't have a hitbox until he gets up to the bottom or over to the
Yeah.
side. All right, Sokka's leaving that room, going back in. Still nothing.
It's going to be a mirror, unfortunately. There's no solution to that, I don't think, anymore. She might be able to head up through a door here, but that's kind of like a long shot at this point. It might just be easier to mirror.
Yeah, and the problem is, like, normally you use the cane of Samaria to hit that switch, but I don't think the cane functions at all outside of the camera.
With the staircase coming up, what she might be able to do is continue on as if it's not broken, transition through here. If the camera changes with her, it does.
Oh.
Okay, so it might be fixed now, but it's still possible that the camera isn't fixed and it might
When
stay
she gets
locked.
into the next room.
Yeah, so I think what might have to be done here is she'll go into the next room and she might, if she wraps through the top. Oh no!
Oh, it's working.
Okay. Whew.
Okay, we're back, guys. We're back.
So I was gonna say if she wrapped through the top there, she might have just had to do the room blind and try to walk through the hole here that she just got up, and it might just take her to this room anyways with a fixed camera. But I guess we didn't have to go through that struggle, so we're all good.
All right. So Mire is a stupid place. I think we can all agree on that. It's a dumb place. I don't think anyone should ever go there. So if you're thinking about visiting Misery Mire, think again. We have all sorts of other, much more less broken establishments across the lands of the Dark World of Hyrule.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice places to be right now that aren't going to make you just generally unhappy with the game.
Might I suggest a nice visit to Ice Palace? No, that's a stupid idea.
No.
Stupid.
Remember when I said go to Ice Palace for Hammer? That was a terrible idea, but going there while you already have all the tools to beat the game is an even worse idea, Will.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb, Futon. Why would you ever suggest that? What's your problem? What's wrong with you? Can we just take Mire out of the game? Can we just add like another Palace of Darkness or something?
We'll just every dungeon becomes a Skullwoods. How's that?
With a broken boss fight? All right, I'm on board.
Get a lot of moth practice.
That's good. We are getting that Desert Palace play from Saku, so she will be getting her bow pretty soon.
Yep. She'll be in full go mode, and we can tell by the way that Kelsey's playing here is she's actually checking locations, trying to get that lamp, so she is not going to do dark rooms. The ones that are left are pretty difficult, so it's not really too surprising that she's skipping on them. It's just going to be a matter of when she finds that lamp, and it looks like she's heading to Swamp now, so it might be right coming up.
Yeah, and for her, I wonder if she'll figure she's in go mode when she finds that lamp in Swamp, assuming she full clears it. Of course, any player would prefer not to have to full clear Swamp Palace, because it's kind of a pain. It's very lengthy, especially when you don't have boots.
So I've got some word from Karkat here that he actually was just editing Sakura's game RAM directly to help her camera get unlocked from that situation. So it was actually a lot of great work by our wonderful dev Karkat, making sure the game can actually run smoothly.
That's really cool. On the fly.
Yeah,
it's like
kind of how the bit racing works. Is it's editing things as she goes, so he's able to get in there and just make changes that fix bugs.
Can you go right in there and just like change your sprite so we can get some Garfield action, please?
Unfortunately, the sprite is not in the RAM, so no.
Are you sure? Can you put it in there?
I guess they could, but I don't see why they would. But,
that might break the game.
Earlier, when they were testing to make sure that it was working, he actually just sent Kelpsey straight to the Triforce in the warm up to make sure it was working.
Cool.
If you feel like giving Karkat $2 million to choose a winner.
So, do not pass it. Just like immediately drop. Man, how many bits would it take to just end the race right now? That would be pretty boring, though.
It would be boring, but I feel like I would do that for $2 million. I don't know about him.
Imagine
I feel
if this
Karkat's
was like
a little more. He's geared towards being a fair person, so I don't think he would do that.
Imagine if this was a Triforce hunt and you could like drop a ton of bits to give someone another Triforce. Though that would be kind of I feel like that'd be pretty stupid.
A Triforce hunt Bit Race would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe there'd be.
cool
Maybe if there
and-
was like there'd have to be like a cap or something on how many Triforce pieces you can give
Maybe
someone.
there's like a 60 max in the seed, and you can take out 20 because 40 is the total you need to win. So you can take out all the spares.
Either that or like each subsequent one goes up in price exponentially or something. So you can't just.
Yeah, that would be a fair way to do that.
Kind of like how removing arrows gets more and more expensive depending on how many crystals they have, I believe.
Was Bo from Landmollas?
Bo was from Landmollas.
I was just making sure. I was like, she didn't skip it, right?
No, she did not. Well, here's the
That would-
thing. She's going to be able to skip all of Pod.
Yeah, that's going
At
to be a
this point.
huge save.
And she's going to be able to go mode T-Rock to a certain degree. Of course, I think T-Rock had a vanilla small key, so you might still have to like get an extra small key on the laser bridge potentially.
Yeah, I don't know how much I should endorse this, but if you want to make it a little bit more fair, after what happened to Sakura, when Kelpsey gets to Meyer, there's a little ice physics you could add.
Yeah, should hit that order camera glitch.
Order camera
For Kelpsey. I'm excited for the days when we get blackout mode, because blackout mode is a thing in the Randomizer. So it could definitely be a thing where it just blacks out everything except for the enemies and your sprite, I think.
Did Kelpsey go left?
She did not. So she's not going to be getting that lamp. So she either is going to have to come right back in here and finish this, or she's going to put on her big girl pants and take on Dark Meyer, which we've already seen that.
Twice.
Claim a victim.
We've seen it claim a victim and several fairies and a camera, and then we saw it claim with a lamp cone another camera.
Anything but the camera, man. Poor
You know
guy.
how hard it is to get new cameramen from 1991.
Dude, he doesn't get paid enough. All right, we are going to see this Argus fight coming up from Kelpsey. The bosses are pretty insignificant at this point with all the upgrades and whatnot. Though I gotta say, chat, if I don't see 20 hearts for Kelpsey by the end of this, I'm gonna be thoroughly disappointed because 20 hearts just looks so nice. Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it.
About how these sword downgrades work, because if you can do 2 levels of sword downgrade at once, you could send her down into the menu boss.
That'd be the best. Got to time that out pretty well, though.
The worst part would be you're looking at a gold sword, but you can't even kill Argus in a real way. It would just feel so upsetting.
Oh, there's one, I think. It's a heart container. It hasn't updated
two
yet.
left to get. Is it not? Did we break her? No, we're
it broke it for a little bit. All right, guys. So if you want to stall the players, give them a heart container right as they're getting a crystal, because it clearly breaks them a little bit.
That was interesting. I wonder if that was just a quick hotfix from Carquette, or if that was just a strange delay in the bug that it just makes it take more time.
Dude, can we have a donation that turns on the crystal cutscenes?
Oh God!
Can we turn on the text boxes just for a player?
On and off text boxes, and it's not like an overtime thing. It's just turn on, turn off. So they just have like this bid war for text boxes.
Oh gosh, I mean, if you've played enough NMG, you should be pretty good at those text box button mashing. I know both of these players have been doing some NMG practice.
Yep, they've been grinding out a bit, just trying to get a better time, and generally some rando experience in as well. And NMG does give you a lot of movement that you're probably not going to learn too quickly in rando. Because in rando you get like a lot of the easy tools to beat things quicker, so you don't learn a lot of that tech that NMG has.
Well, fortunately for Kelpsey, she is about to get her lamp and essentially go mode at this point, and she is only one crystal away from heading into G Tower. She's just got to go back and finish Meyer, while Sakura just has to go mode T-Rock, so yeah. It's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, it's incredible that the bow was actually kind of a detriment to Kelpsey. It sent her into pod when she didn't need to go there. and it just like everything she's done because of that bow has kind of just taken her away from the hammer and the lamp that she needed for the longest time. And she's already been in Mire, so at this point it's like a quick clear, but it's still not a place you want to be thinking about going back.
I mean, T-Rock is pretty lengthy even when you're in go mode. It's not like Key Sanity where you can literally just... I have the big key, I have 3 small keys, I can just go straight to the back, straight to Trinex and be done. You still have to kind of clear stuff and look for stuff. But, gotta give a shout out to the last 2 people that gave Kelpsey heart containers, so sitting at 20 and 20, feeling pretty good. And also shout out to whomever took all of Sakura's arrows away. So, she's gonna be needing those in G-Tower. Of course, there's still plenty of G-Tower action left to see since we don't have any big keys. Oh, and Kelpsey misses checking that. Fortunately, the big key was on the left side, so she'll probably get the item and then bail, because we know the only thing over there on the right side was a bee in a bottle.
Yeah, this isn't gonna feel good until she gets back to that big chest. If she goes back to the big chest, there's a chance. Oh, Kelpsey, don't do it. You don't drop farther. So she's gonna try to. Nope. Now I'm lost. She's doing donuts.
What are you doing?
I think she figured it out. I think what she was going to try to do is drop behind the barrier, but then she realized that doesn't work that way, so she turned back around. So she kind of did a 360 there. So I think hopefully she goes back and checks the big chest instead of pulling this lever back into the way she wants.
I can't imagine her not doing it because of how you have to route the dungeon anyway.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the big chest is right there. You just got the big key. Do you grab it?
Do it. No. Kelpsey, please. Kelpsey, why? All right.
No.
Well, if you're a Sakura fan, this is good. It's going to be a little bit closer.
I would say Sakura is going into G-Tower with a minute or 2 lead.
Oh, that's an unfortunate thing to mess up, though. Hitting that switch.
That switch is really annoying. Sometimes you're like, man, I can't flood the key. I gotta be smart about this. Did she just get sucked right up the stairs? That was hilarious.
She did. Especially going up sideways.
That was awesome.
Never seen that before.
That wasn't even like, oh, weird ice physics. No, that was just she jumped at like the perfect pixel to land on that stairwell and just have it absorb her.
She might have been holding like down left or something. So, but yeah, you're right. It would have been perfect. All right, Kelpsey getting her B.
Oh boy. Now she's gonna walk all the way back to that big chest that she was at like 3 seconds ago.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but you know.
Yeah. Just part of the way that Rando is constantly being obnoxious in this dungeon. Every time I am like, oh man, I'm going left side first because I don't want to get ruined and have to do this weird path through this dungeon. It's like, nah, big key's up in the front end. You should have gone that way first. And then when I do that, it's on the left side, and I never win. And it's really upsetting.
Yeah, we should just take Swamp Palace out of the game.
Just replace it with Skull Woods. I don't see the problem.
Should just have more Skull Woods, except each of them are different flavored moths. So one of them is like you have to kill them with the ice rod or something.
No, we just get all the Randomizer moths out. The fancy little sprites we got going for that.
All the different alternate graphics or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
All right, so Sakura still has to go do. Actually, I don't know if she got the big key early. I think she might have. So she might just have to grab this small key and head down. She'll get to skip Mimic Cave. She'll get to skip. She might have to do Laser Bridge. But all Kelpsey does have to do is go back and kill Vitreous, so.
Yeah, it's definitely a really close race right now. I'm actually not too sure if Kelpsey's closer than I thought she was initially, because she only has to go straight to Vidi here, and Sakura has to go straight to Trinex, but the difference being Sakura being on the mountain already kind of saves her time. But I don't know if it's the minute worth of time, so I might have been a little bit off.
Wrong.
Prediction. Yeah.
Guys, did you hear that? Bhutan just claimed he was wrong. Write that down. Dude, clip that. Clip that right now. Just kidding. Don't do that. Please don't. Saku? What are you thinking about? No, that's not a thing. Nope.
Just jump over the ledge, you know?
Alright, she's trying to decide. She doesn't want to... She has a small key. She doesn't want to gamble on having to, like... Nope. It's nothing.
Don't mirror, please, God, don't.
What is she doing?
I think she wants to get to the big chest without going through the other side, but I'm not sure what she's.
That's not a
for.
thing. She has a
No.
small key, but she's wanting to have. She doesn't want to have to do the laser bridge, but.
I'm so lost on the planning here. I think she's thinking about how the keys might line up. I think there's a key in the chest right here, though, right?
And Kelpsey getting that beautiful ice physics going right into all of our favorite rooms. So let's see if if it happens again.
Oh, here we go. Trinex ice as well. Well, not Trinex ice, but we're at the slightly icier point.
Kelpsey having a little bit easier of a time getting through these dark rooms. Let's see. Everything looks fine. And Sakura only getting the ether medallion, so she's going to have to do some laser bridge shenanigans. She does have the mirror shield as well as the Cane of Burna, so don't have to worry about that too much. And fortunately for Kelpsey, since this is her second time in here, she'd already done everything else, so she doesn't have to worry about hitting that switch.
Yep, I'm sure if something goes horribly wrong with the camera, Karkat, being aware of what happened to Sakura, is probably on deck waiting. Just going, okay, game, I know you're going to do it. Just let me notice so I can fix you right away. You damn broken game. Which direction is Sakura going? This is interesting. Oh no.
Just taking the scenic route. Taking What?
Oh.
No. No, she's stalling to get rid of the ice physics. That's what it is.
Okay, that's a good plan.
So it was all pre-planned. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Wonderfully. So I guess that path kept her out of the firebar range most of the time. See, I wouldn't have had a backup for that. If I ever go the wrong way by accident in that, I just get lost and have to go back to start and try again. I'm really bad at trying to figure out that maze.
And Kelpsey not really realizing that you can't charge your sword whilst using Cane of Burna. So she's opting to do deboost strats and takes out all the small ones.
It's interesting because she has 53 arrows in the silver.
Yeah, I mean, Saku didn't have the bow at this point, so she couldn't use the bow to take out Vitreous.
Maybe her plan is to keep as many arrows in her inventory as possible so that it's a little bit more costly for chat to try to take them away.
That's true. She might be just trying to make it a little bit easier for herself. Saku's still sitting at zero arrows, and she's going to be using the safety door just in case Trinex goes wrong. But at this point, Kelpsey is our first player with all 7 crystals. We'll be heading up to G Tower, so this is going to be pretty close in the long run.
Yeah, this is actually going to be, my guess, Kelpsey actually leading by like 10-15 seconds.
It depends on how quick this Trinex fight is, though.
Yeah. Trinex on ice can be a real problem. As Kelpsey demonstrated earlier, it's a really tough fight. It's like, you know when you're like, man, that ice rod shot, or that ice head shot some ice, that's really annoying. I wish I killed it faster. It's like that, but it preemptively covered the room. All
right, let's see this. Now, here's the thing. Even after all that, I still feel like it's... Oh, there's the ice spell. just in time.
Hello.
No, and not switching to fire on time, so gonna have to wait out this explosion before taking out the other one. Kelpsey's heading through the dark room. Or Dark Death Mountain. This is gonna be close. Kelpsey's gonna be the first one in, but not by much because of having to go through Death Mountain.
Looks like Sakura's having a lot easier of a time too. She came in here with more health, and wow, an excellent kill on ice physics.
Very easy. I mean, that's the thing is, I don't know. When you spin off something, do you get knocked back as far?
Yeah, it looked like she got a better angle off the spin, and then was able to follow it up with easy hits. Whereas Kelpsey had just stuck to sword slashes, and it kind of got her all over the place. So it was a better strategy from Sakura to keep herself from flailing around there and getting tail slapped a bit.
All right, guys, moment of truth. What do you think that GT big key's going to be? We got 22 chests coming up, potentially. And that big key's going to be in one of those. And depending on how these 2 players route, we might be seeing it sooner or later. So get your stupid numbers.
Pair of boots are right now.
I know, right? Oh, Sakura. Oh, this is a bad time to
There we
be
go.
dealing with ice physics and Lionel's.
I would just take these hits and run the other way.
Yeah. They only do 1 damage with red mail, but she's looking a
Yep.
little frustrated right now. She's gonna opt to use her Cane of Berna.
I mean, you got a billion little bits of magic, so you got all the time in the world.
Alright, just a small key and a big 20 on the right side. So coming up is chest number 3. If the big key is on this torch, things are gonna get a little interesting, and it is
Ooh.
not.
So we are
Sorry,
in
guys.
proper go mode.
Boots, not required. And both players are capable of checking every single thing in this dungeon. Kelsey, forget to
Kelpsey.
bonk the other mole. So
She's gonna get zapped. Yep. That damn bumper just took her into it.
yeah, there's a lot to keep track of when you're trying to race, especially when it's like you get ice physics here and there. All right, chest number 4, small key. Chest number 5, heart piece.
You can see the trauma that Sakura has been through, because every time she goes near a door now in ice physics, she like carefully aligns it and takes through it. Because that's, I mean, she's been through 2 of these now, and both times she's had some sort of awful bug happen that's taken her basically out of the dungeon.
Oh, it's like during our race, I was told like, all right, if you get ice physics, don't go downstairs. I'm like, any stairs? So I just sit there standing around like waiting. Like, all right, I'll wait for this to run out.
Yeah, Garcat fixed a lot of the layer issues when you go through those, but apparently there's some camera stuff that still needs to be worked out. Assuming that was from the ice physics. I believe it was, but we can't be sure.
All right, chest number 8, another heart piece. So find all these heart pieces. Maybe you'll get to 25 hearts.
I don't think that's a thing.
It'd be cool if it was like...
We could hack that in, right?
Well, I mean, yeah. If like
Chat just gives them enough hearts that the right half of the screen is just hearts all the way to the bottom.
it goes off the screen.
Exactly.
I was thinking like the first heart would like change to like a different color or something.
Oh,
kind of like in Minecraft. Oh wow, there's
quite the place for what should have been regular half magic.
Yeah,
because of the way that half magic works, that kind of upgraded itself, but that was originally half magic. That was not a originally placed quarter magic. Sakura's not too far behind.
No, she's not.
Just a little more.
Oh, there's the boots!
Physics.
Boots, chest number 10. Oh, there it is! There's the big key. And Kelsey's going to be the first one heading up the gauntlet, so that would have been chest number 11?
Let's do the math. So you got the 2 on the right, the torch, the 4 in the other chest. So that's 7. You got 8 from that lone one in the fire bar, and I believe that was the 3rd chest in that room. So yep, 11. Because the final chest in there was not checked.
We're gonna say 11, even though everyone's saying 12. Because
I don't see where that 12 was coming from.
I don't listen to
chat.
chat.
Oh, I forgot the one that Sakura's doing right now. It's 12. Thanks, chat. This chest right here is the one I missed. So
well,
the one that we had made a joke about, quarter magic.
Quarter magic doesn't use it. All right, well, it's execution here on out. The unfortunate thing for Sakura is she still doesn't have any arrows, so she's gonna have to keep going, or remember to keep going, because she has no way to deal with those to the mimics in the first room. Oh no! Oh no! Doing a full heal. She's gonna realize shortly. Maybe she'll get a drop from one of these mimics. Oh, no arrows. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Unlimited arrows! Wait, hold on.
Is that what I just saw?
Yeah. So she doesn't realize.
Yeah, that's an infinite symbol on that arrow. Look at that.
Dude, look at that infinite. So that's stylish.
Kind of looks like 2 zeros, a little line in them, trying to make them.
It looks like an hourglass tipped to the side.
Yeah, I've got not the best of display going on right now, but
hurry, Saku.
I would assume that's just a newly made infinite symbol.
Oh, I don't think it worked.
I don't think, is she aware of it, or did she try an arrow at all? You might have to have an arrow to start with in that case, because if you look at her bow, there's no arrow in it right now.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the game registers that as if you have one arrow, you can start shooting. But I don't think if you have a base arrow, you can start firing.
All
It's
right.
a little unfortunate.
Whoever. Oh, she's fluting away. No.
Trying to think of a good spot with arrows right now, and
Honestly, the best place to get arrows. Well, that's the thing is like if you just had kept going past the random room, you would have been able to get a couple more arrows.
yeah, right at Bob's chest, there's 10. So
Heck, there's a 5 in the pot that you usually bonk off of to
yeah,
get to Bob's chest. So,
and then
but
there's
yeah,
another 5 in the place you skip when you bonk over the warp portal. So there's like 15, 20 arrows right there at Bob. So unfortunately, the big key was a bit of a trick and sent her out of there. All right, well, she's been donated 1 arrow. So now
there it
with
is.
infinite.
Yo, so whoever stole all our arrows earlier in the game, we can put all of this on for deciding who won the race.
It's incredible that that was so long ago and they never found another arrow pack since.
Yeah, I don't think there are any like arrow drops in pots or something in Mire.
Wow. The knowledge. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I was kind of expecting
Bought 10.
that would explain why she went to 3.
Well, I know where to go to arrows if I ever run out next time.
Yo, and
Smart.
someone just sent her 50.
Well, there you go. She should have just sat around GT looking sad until someone sent her the stuff. Perfect strategy.
Exactly, right? You gotta play to your audience. You know, it's like at some point we need it'd be nice to be able to. Well, I'm trying to think of like the Hunger Games, but I don't think they had a way to like send messages to people to say, "Hey, give me arrows, please."
No.
That'd be cool.
But with cameras around, you could just frown.
Yeah, basically, we're like watching on a monitor, and
Yeah.
oh wow, Molder too saying
Sakura could have just grabbed the wall and like constantly smashed her head into it, kind of like how Link just like, you know how Link does that until someone sent her arrows. Use the mind games to make chat feel bad. Let's see how much this troll run gets her. Not at all.
nice.
Just the 1 fall.
All right, Kelpsey, gonna be first one heading into Aga 2. Yeah, that arrow difference is wow. That was such a game decider.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
Kelpsey was
won't
in the
lie.
lead.
I hope someone throws some ice figs on her right now as she goes into there and she just like clips through the wall outside of Egg and has to restart.
If she didn't have all those arrows. All right, let's see this Aga 2 fight.
So 1.
Well, I guess I'm just excited that a bit race, because the whole point of the bit race is to mess with these players, and that was what determined this race.
Yeah, that was perfect.
For the most part. Well, not for the most part. In the end. But, you know, that's another thing. As a player, you have to be aware.
Oh!
Yo! Goodbye, arrows.
A 5 cycle Aga 2.
Alright, let's see how good Kelpsey's Silverless is, because, she's going to have to
Silverless
find out right
ice
now.
physics Ganon? Is that a thing?
Oh, God. Let's go, dude. Let's make it happen. But as I was saying, you know, you're in this race. You know these things that can happen, so you have to be aware of your resources. You have to be aware when someone takes all your rupees, or takes all your bombs, or all your arrows, or when you're at like a debuff or whatnot. But this just got interesting.
Oh, she just lost her gold sword, or will lose her gold sword when Felix comes in here too. This is about as troll as it gets.
Yo,
what arrow?
What arrow? That's a start.
It's a pity arrow. Debuff the sword.
Wow. Wow, how did you walk through that without taking... Oh, there we go.
Wow. This is gonna be a rough one. I mean, with half magic, it's gonna be rough.
Dude, all the Saku fans are coming out.
I don't even know if there's Saku fans because there's Felix and Zebra in here. I think they just like to kick Kelsey.
Someone just took that one arrow. Oh,
Wow.
yo! Someone just sent 10 arrows. This is getting interesting.
This war on whether or not Kelsey's allowed to finish the seed is pretty good.
Yo, but this debuff is actually messing with her abilities here to take out Ganon. There goes the arrows again.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh. Oh, and there's the ice physics back. Yeah, it's even harder to like count how many hits you've done on Ganon when all of a sudden you get a debuff.
Yeah, I don't even know what sword level she's on anymore. Oh, well, I guess she was on Tempered that whole time. And now she's back to Tempered again with a little help from Zebra.
She's got... Oh, wow.
Limitless arrows with 10 arrows, but not alive to continue the fight.
You guys are mean. You guys are so mean.
She's going in for more.
Oh my gosh. Alright, Saku heading into Land Mullahs too. Yo, and that sweet health refill for Kelpsey.
That's a good one there.
That's a really good one.
Got a Kelpsey fan in the house after watching her get bullied by a good number of people here.
Yo, at this point, I would probably be... Yo, no ice physics, so she's good. She might, Oh yeah, she did get debuffed, so she only has a tempered sword.
Yeah.
Ooh, taking so many hits. And the problem is...
She's got quarter magic. She should really switch to that Berna.
Yeah.
Think about it, though.
Oh...
I don't remember it often either. That
and
might
the
be
infinite
enough.
arrows ran out before she got a chance to use them. She does still have 10 arrows, though.
We have made it to phase 3, so the troublesome part where the bats just constantly destroy you is now over. It's going to be a matter of can you get the torch glitch in what is ice physics.
That's 2 hits, 2 more to go. That's the other part, is like all this downtime when the ground is falling out and Ganon's doing his little dance is just plenty of time for people to steal your stuff.
Yep. We're heading into that phase 4, and I don't know how long these arrows are going to last.
Oh. She might get hit by... Okay. She gets the torch glitch.
Ooh,
oh,
got her
wow.
with a fire rod.
Just barely. It's pretty risky right there. Oh, no!
No!
Oh,
Now, ordinarily, the bat would have sent her the opposite direction because she was running downwards, but because of the ice physics, she just kind of clipped right through Ganon and right off the edge.
oh no.
Ice physics strikes again.
Wow. You guys are so mean. Alright, she should grab this fairy right here. Good job. Alright. She might even use... Alright, she's gonna go ahead and just grab it.
I think she was gifted a bottled fairy recently, so she's not in a tremendous fairy deficit.
I will say, though, as a player, it is really hard to keep track of what you've got based on just the messages alone, like something given to you in your inventory, because the messages are usually so quick, especially when you're in the middle of fighting the final boss.
Yeah. And it's not an easy boss when ice physics is on, so you're kind of just fully focused on trying to get in the damage without dying, so you're gonna not be too aware of your ammo changing and stuff like that. I mean, it does pop up on your screen and that's somewhat obvious, but sometimes you just miss it because there's stuff on.
Yo, Saku just taking out Moldern 2, grabbing the big 20 out of the Moldern 2 chest. We'll be taking on Aga 2 soon, and will not be too far behind.
Excellent bat dodging for Kelpsey, and she's already right into phase 3 again.
Ooh, armor debuff. Gotta be careful now. Sitting at blue mail. And no arrow. Well, there goes her arrow, so she's got to get that torch glitch so that she can use swordless, or do the silverless, or arrowless Ganon. And Saku bringing out the the net dashes to take on Aga 2. Not getting a good one there, but... Yeah, Kelpsey has to hope that there's no ice physics. I cannot imagine trying to do this with ice physics on.
Yo, there's some arrows. Does
there
she
it
use
is!
them in time?
Does she notice that she has them? She does!
She does. She does notice. She's got to get them in before they're gone.
Oh, and Felix sending another 10. She's got more than enough at this point. She's got to be careful.
Get them in before they're gone.
I think one more silver should do it. Oh, she misses.
Oh. She's got 15 arrows and a little bit of time.
Oh.
Ooh. She's worried. Yeah,
Oh.
that's safe. Just run back in.
Oh.
There's another hit to go.
What? How many?
She only hit with
silvers
3
did she
silvers and I believe 2 spins. So
Oh, okay.
she might
Man,
have been
I
one
thought she had
spin
gotten
off.
more. But that's gonna do it. My goodness. Oh god, what a crazy ending. I thought she for sure was gonna fall there when she got hit by the bat, and then was like on the other side, like a one tile between.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's gonna do it. Kelpsey takes it. First place with a time of 2:07:30. Her comment is a series of seems to have been some button mashing of the keyboard. So congratulations to Kelpsey, the winner of our second only ever Bit Races.
Copy pasted it to chat.
Oh man. Chat, you guys did a great job of making this a close race. Oh gosh. You're right. The knockback from the fire bats with ice physics is ridiculous.
Yeah, typically you just go opposite direction you're moving. If you're standing still, you don't actually move anywhere on Ganon when you're hit. If you're going a direction, you're always sent the opposite direction. It's only in Ganon is it like that, and I guess the ice physics it gets like really weird.
And go ahead and see if Kelpsey wants to hop in. Either I don't know. Should we have her hop in now, or should we wait for Saku to finish and bring them both in?
That's a good question. I will defer to you. I will call you lead commentator and let you do what you want. Appears she's already in the waiting room for us.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
So you basically had the entire Twitch chat trying to take you down.
Oh my god! I can't stop laughing. I was like, oh my god, this is like the best gauntlet of my life. Like, this is so good. And then I was just like, oh my god, the Ganon fight is gonna be awful. And oh my god.
And it was.
What? That was so much fun. Oh my god. I had an absolute blast.
Well, we had an absolute blast watching and commentating. That was a crazy one. Saku right now is in the Ganon fight. You actually had like a couple screens lead on her in G Tower, but unfortunately someone took all of Saku's arrows.
Oh
she
my
didn't
god.
realize that until she was like heading into the mimic room and opted to leave and to go buy arrows from the Dark World shop.
Oh my god.
And then, of course, immediately after she did that, she was gifted a bunch of arrows.
Yeah, that might have been why chat decided to do their best to throw you
oh
under
my
the bus.
god, yeah, no kidding. I mean, like, it was just, you know, like, game effect after game effect after game effect. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna throw ice physics at me, and it got
so
me.
hard to keep track of everything.
And it was like, god. I was so mad. That lamp location, I couldn't. I'm so mad that I waited to do my. I thought about going in there early, and I couldn't believe that hammer was in there, and then lamping like in the big chest. Oh my god!
It was pretty brutal. But real quick, Saku does finish coming in with a time of 2:10:41, so only about 3 minutes difference in the end there. So GG's to both of our runners. We're gonna go ahead and get her in here.
Fun.
Woo! That was fun. We was so curious to see how that was going to turn out because, you know, you ended up doing like pod, which was completely unnecessary because you had the bow ridiculously early, while Saku ended up getting hammer before bow.
Oh wow! Okay.
And doing swamp before going back to Mire, and then doing Mire in desert. She did unfortunately have some hiccups in Mire with some sort of combination of ice physics
Oh,
messing
that's
with her
tough.
game and having to mirror out of Meyer.
Yeah, I really loved getting ice physics in Turtle Rock. That was fantastic.
It was great.
I mean, really ice physics anywhere. Like, oh my god. But and also there was a moment. It was right before I got to Zora for the first time where I didn't have enough money, and then someone gave me 200 rupees right as I left. That was so sad. Oh, made me laugh though. That was super fun.
And we welcome Sakura to the chat. GG's, Sakura.
GG. What happened in my hair? Why was I...
That's a good question. I play with a lot of camera things in this game, and I can't even explain that.
I was like, wait a second, why am I screen wrapping?
Oh god, that's terrible.
I like managed to go through all the dark rooms, and I get to the room right before Vitreous, and it's like, nope. Oh, that was so great.
Oh god. Did you soft lock your game?
I had to mirror out.
Oh,
And-
gross.
Yeah, I mirrored out and then went to Swamp, and there was the lamp that I was looking for Misery Mire.
Wow.
No, oh man, I did.
Wow. I feel like I almost full cleared the game. I mean, like I didn't go into ice at all. Did you?
No,
Yeah.
I actually skipped quite a bit. I actually played really poorly today when like I was making all kinds of mistakes. Like I forgot about the maze game because I had to go buy bombs. So I mean, it turned out to be nothing, but it was like an extra trip back for and then there was something else I forgot too that I had to go back and check multiple times.
There were quite a few dumbs in this run from both of you, which was very entertaining.
I had a total meltdown in Swamp. Like, I don't know what
happened.
I didn't hit the switch, and I was like, what is going on right now? And then I realized I had to go back, and then it turned out that I just needed the big key to get the freaking lamp.
We were yelling at you to go to Big Chest. It's on the way to getting the switch.
I'm sure.
And then you're like, nope, I'm gonna go check that list.
No, I mean, it would have just, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist it to go back. Oh man.
We also enjoyed you trying to open up T-Rock without a hammer.
Yeah, I like just checked it out, and I was like, wait, that's not gonna work out.
Saku's amazing adventure to find some arrows to do the gauntlet, which actually made for a very entertaining finale because someone took the liberty of taking all of your arrows and you didn't realize until you were heading up to Mimic. So Sakura flew to go buy arrows, and so all of a sudden everybody in chat was like, let's pile on Kelpsey while she's fighting Ganon.
Oh my god.
Like, heal arrows, give arrows, infinite arrows, debuff.
I had like arrows, no arrows. They were debuffing my sword and like taking away my armor. They put ice physics on me like 3 times and I fell off. Like it was awful. It was so crazy.
Oh, I had so much fun though. Like even though all the derps, and there was a lot of them, like
yeah,
there were so many. Like I was like so
the
confused.
best kind of derps.
How did I manage to mess that up? I went to Pod and I was like, oh, this is a good idea. I'm gonna just like if somebody took all my rupees before I got to Pod. So then I was like, well, I guess I'm not doing Pod. I guess I'm going to the pyramid. Then while I was on the pyramid, somebody gave me back rupees to go to Pod. So I opened the door and then I was like, oh yeah, I don't have the bow. I can't go any farther than the first chest. Well, hopefully it's a key. And it was a big key. It doesn't help me at all.
There was nothing in Pod. I don't think we
there
saw
was,
anything of
I
value.
did everything I could in Pod. There's nothing in there. It was awful. It was, and then I even tried to like bomb jump and I was like, I can't do it right now.
This was an interesting seed because, for the most part, it was, if you could have done all the dark rooms comfortably, like,
it would have been fast. It would have been
hammer bow would have been go mode for both of you guys.
Yep.
I mean, I tried to go mode Misery Mire without the lamp, and we all saw how that happened.
I was mentioning to Willard, I could see these players going through the dark rooms without the lamp. But then there's ice physics. That's just a terrible time.
I swear, I walked through that door and everybody knew, all right, time to throw on the ice physics because something weird happens. And so the second time I went in there and I got the ice physics, and then I was like, why isn't my screen moving up again? In that one room, I was just like, well, I guess I can just try to do some things and hopefully we can see if it works. Yeah, it was, oh my god.
That was fun.
It was super crazy and super fun. I'm really glad we did this.
Me too.
So much for inviting me to be part of your madness. And I'm glad it was a close race. Apparently we were, we were in GT at the same time. You were only a couple screens behind me before you got totally wrecked by the arrows, and man.
Yeah,
it's funny because Kelpsey had 44 arrows going into Aga 2, and then whoop, gone.
And someone just took them all.
All of them.
Instantly. Of them. See, yeah, and then someone gave me infinite arrows, and then by the time I got to phase 4, it was over. It was gone again. I was like, crap.
Yeah. I mean, we also realized that infinite arrows only works if you at least have one arrow.
Yep, because I was really confused when I was in the mimic room, and I was like, okay, well, I have the arrow boon, but I don't have any arrows.
Yeah, so maybe infinite arrows should be plus one arrow and then infinite arrows or something to make it so that would work.
I'm sure Carcat will get on that and make it work.
Yeah. Shout outs to Carcat for some hot fixes along the way, but just for making this a reality. This is a really amazing concept, and for only our second bit race, I feel like it's getting better and better every time.
Yeah, agreed. I'm sad I missed the first one, but I'm really excited to see some top level players really try this out and us just completely go ham on them. It's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, I agree.
Sweet.
Yeah, and just for everybody in chat, if you want to put some suggestions in, we did add it, or I guess not we, but Carcat added a suggestions form in that little menu on the link there at the bottom that Bit Races just put out. So if you want to suggest things or put in some input on what you thought was worth changing, that's the place to go.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of things that are still in the work for Bit Races. I know that one of the troll items that they're going to be adding at some point is a Cuckoo Storm. Per minute thing. Yeah. Then awesome. Combine that with ice physics and somebody's going to get wrecked.
That's fantastic. Oh. That would be fantastic. I know, I'm sad that we didn't get to do sprite changing. That would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's so much. It's so exciting. Just, I love this. It's so much fun. I'm
waiting for temporary bunny beam or bunny form, which we didn't realize that when you're a bunny and there's ice physics,
they won't. Yeah, I was like,
cancels each other out.
Yeah, that totally happened to me in Thieves, and I was like, oh, nice. I can get bunny beams all I want. I can walk normally instead of slide around everywhere.
Oh man, that was a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for
thanks for commentating, guys. I'm sure it was a blast with you two as always.
I honestly can't wait to watch this back.
Same.
But I think that's going to do it for us today on the Bit Races. As of right now, Bit Races are kind of planned like a twice a month kind of deal. So stay tuned for more information on that. You guys make sure to follow the Link to the Past Randomizer Twitter account, because I'm sure if we're going to get any information, that's where we'll get that first come first serve, which is not, I don't know why I said that. Follow the Twitter. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Words are escaping me. But yeah, just a big shout out to both of our runners, SakuraTsubasa and Kelpsey, for putting on a great race. Shout outs to Philion for tracking the race, Clifford for restreaming, Carcat for putting the bit races and keeping everything alive and running, and of course, shouts to my boy Futon for keeping me company during this race. So thank you, dude.
It was fun.
And of course, hit up the suggestions, guys. Give us some ideas. We'll look at them. We'll throw most of them away, but we'll have a good laugh about it. And stay tuned for the next one. And if anyone else has any last remarks, get them in
now. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Futon. Thanks, Philion. Thanks, Clifford.
Yeah, thanks Philion and Clifford as well.
And thanks to Twitch chat, everyone who donated to make this race as exciting as it was. So shouts to you guys. You made it happen. Thank y'all. See you later.